Okay, we are now live. It says my audio bitrate isn't as high as it should be. I'm not sure how to change that right now to look at it later. Or it could just be out of its damn mind. I don't actually know. Either way, this is MechWarrior 5 Clans, not Mercenaries. We're playing Clans because the DLC is out. The Ghost Bear Flash Storm. I'm not sure why it's called Flash Storm. I guess we experienced a flash storm. It was just kind of a drizzle, in my opinion. It wasn't really much of a rainstorm, if you ask me, but I guess we experienced the a flash storm, but perhaps the meaning of the expansion name will become more clear by time we beat the game. As usual, though, I'm your host, Get Good Fox, the commander of Ronin Fox Armored Security. I will not be joined by my usual co-host. That would be Dr. Sheriff Crab, and that's because his schedule is just a bit too busy at the moment, and it just didn't coincide well with the release of the Ghost Bear DLC. Today's stream, I am going to try to beat the game. We're going to see if I can do that or not. They said that the campaign was about 8 to 10 hours, so, you know, I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. That's going to be the plan, though. So, let me go ahead and reveal the stream. You can see what's going on. Sent all my... Yes, I sent all of my notifications. Good, good. All of that looks good. Let's go ahead and see what's going on in Chatville. Nessie says, never fear. Nessie is here. Welcome to the show. Before we get started, I am going to show you what I did. Clean up the mech bay a little bit. So I sold off all of the light mechs. You know, we don't need them anymore. I sold off all of the medium mechs. We don't need them anymore. Our drop weight is up to 415. So we're actually having the reverse issue where we weren't able to drop enough weight. Previously, we were, you know, very much overweight. Now we're a bit underweight. So in order to compensate for this, I went ahead and I bought a second Night Gyre. It is currently using the same setup, the Ultra AC-20 Solid Slug and the 4 ER large lasers. And then I also went ahead and, you know, I try to like, I've been trying to pilot a variety of mechs. So I also acquired a Warhawk. This is not a DLC mech, but it's a bigger mech, so I went ahead and got it. Previously, I was using the Executioner. I do prefer using the Executioner over the Warhawk, but, you know, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Like, I don't mind using it. Also bumps our weight up a little bit. And then we still have several of the Rifleman 2Cs. Quite a variety of them, actually. The one that I'm bringing with us is the one with the 5 ER large lasers. In reserve, we still have our Ebon Jaguar, you know, our Mad Dogs and whatnot. But this should be fine. What we're really going to try to do, though, is make enough progress in the campaign in order to unlock the Kodiak, which is the other 100-ton mech, and it's the only assault mech that they added into Clans. They only added the they added 2 light mechs, 2 medium mechs, 3 heavy mechs, and 1 assault mech. That is what they did. And I also spent all of our merit. I heavily upgraded the science. Cannot be upgraded any farther. You know, I just wanted to, you know, get some of those things spent, get some of those resources working for us. But that's it. So let's continue where we left off.
What is the status of Star Colonel Huntsig?
He is currently being examined in medbay, but he is expected to make a full recovery. And we have already put the mine to good use.
I am surprised the Caretans are still engaging us in combat.
They are quickly learning their lesson.
Obtaining accurate movement reports from orbital scans has proven difficult in these canyons.
That is stating the obvious.
Yes, well, we have a scouting network embedded in cave networks across Far Ear. They report the second are falling back.
Already running for the hills.
Or in this case, the floor of the canyons. There are scores of light mechs gathered on a region of the canyon floor here.
Playing hide and seek.
And they could be guarding another HQ outpost. Either way, we're going to run them down. I will lead Alpha from this sector here. Star Captain Lilith, You will lead Bravo at this sector here. Star Colonel Zung and his 3rd Bears will approach from this sector here. Star Commander Rook, your ground pounders will advance from this sector. The scouts say each sector is patrolled by 2nd Guards. You can also expect snipers hidden in the cliffs, so keep your heads up. We punch through them and meet them at the attack zone right here. We will deploy under the cover of night. The 2nd Sword of Light have some of the most renowned warriors in the DCMS, and they run like cowards. Let us bury them in the floor of these canyons.
Okay, so continuing on where we left off, Philip says, "Greetings. Welcome to the show. We are just getting started." I mean, you know that we're getting pretty close to the end, considering our drop weight is getting pretty close to 500 tons, which is, the maximum you can do with 5 mechs.
Okay, Bravo. Our heading is north. Keep sharp.
No readings yet. Tara?
Quiet. Rick?
I know not to trust our sensors in these rocks by now. One of these samurai will take a shot at us, and that will tell us everything we need to know.
Okay, so this Warhawk, all I did was remove its LRM and add more heat sinks onto it, just because I know those people. Oh God, got wasted.
Destroy. Incoming missile.
A little off target there, but that's fine. We can take him out right here. I'm gonna let them handle that.
Brought that mech down.
Clan ERPPCs do more damage than Inner Sphere PPCs, so that's one of the nice advantages there. And with this nice river here, that's going to help us a lot. I do have a 2nd weapon group allowing me to chain fire if I need to.
Alpha is on course.
The 3rd is on track. Just had to teach old samurai how clanners fight.
Rick, your mech is lagging behind. They do a number on you? Not according to my readouts. Barely a scratch. Rick, are your comms down?
I am fine. It's just these damn canyons. Canyons getting to you, MechWarrior. Maybe you should have sat this one out.
Just stay focused, Rick. We will not be out here much longer.
Too many spots for these cowards to ambush us. I prefer fighting them out in the open.
That is not their way. These Cretans are honorable warriors in name only.
Af. The Freeman taught us that lesson well.
Look alive, everyone. There's a steep drop at that waterfall.
No kidding. Down we go.
Got it. That mech's signature is dead.
Jetter. New target.
It's clear that Rick is like going crazy on us, or he's getting like old timers, but getting Alzheimer's basically. Getting like early old timers. That's due to the implants that he's gotten.
New hostile detected. Flee.
Did this guy get trapped? Oh no, we took him out.
Target.
Shit! They are launching out of the canyons! Watch out! Hostiles above! Hostiles above! They are going to rain down fire!
We walked into a kill box. I knew it.
New hostile.
Counter! Counter!
Trebuchet.
Freebirds!
Destroy.
Keep firing! Keep firing!
There are too many of them.
I mean, it's not much of an ambush.
Okay.
What do you mean? It's like there's just as many of them as there are of us.
Any readings on their HQ? Tara, scan it. Nothing. Just signal emitters.
Why would they be guarding signal emitters? They would not be.
Is that all of them?
Scan.
Across
Sometimes the dialogue is disjointed from the actual gameplay.
That was a glorious stand. That is how you meet pressure with pressure, Ghost Bears.
Bravo! Is everyone okay?
Why is it showing my executioner? Like, that's not who I'm piloting.
He is not online. We need to find him. He is not on screen. We need to find him.
Rick, Sean is no longer with us, but we are. Your family is with you, and we need you. We need you to win this fight. Stay with me, MechWarrior.
Yeah, Sean is gone. I protect Aletha now. And my family.
And there are plenty of Cretans to protect us against.
Like, Rick is gonna go bananas, isn't he? He's gonna go like, oh my god, we're fucking crazy, yeah! That's what I'm expecting. Yankee, welcome to the show. We're just getting started. It's gonna be a big stream, too, because I'm gonna try to beat the DLC. Emphasis on try. I could use a repair bay, though. Or at least I'd like to know there's a repair bay soon. That would be fantastic.
I know you are all angry, so use it to take those spheroids out.
Okay, here we go.
They're going to wish they had killed me.
Okay, we actually can use range to our advantage for a change, so let me back up.
Target confirmed. Moving to engage, Star Captain.
You know, in the primary campaign, they really emphasized the whole idea that the clans have, like, superior range advantages and whatnot. But in Ghost Bear, we haven't really done that.
Maneuvering for a shot.
Okay, we got a so-call here, unfortunately.
Target confirmed. Moving to engage, Star Captain.
This one's equipped with a pair of ERPPCs. That doesn't sound too bad. Mainly because inner sphere PPCs, they don't really do that much damage. We got one of the turbines. Damn, that thing can take a lot of damage.
Those mechs seem to be screening something, Sakan. Are you seeing this? Up ahead. They appear to be mech repair facilities.
Oh, I like to hear that. Love to hear that.
Gustav neglected to mention them. He has provided a spotty intel, Sakan. He has reminded me that the DCMS does not update them on their makeshift sites. But when we get back, I will have words with him. This is an open area. No rocks impeding sensors, but we are not picking up any movement. Then advance and secure it. We can use it as needed.
We definitely
Star
need it
Commander
too.
Rook, I am pissed off. Bound ahead and take it out on any enemy forces you find, and try to find us a safe path out of here.
We will see it done. Elemental points. On me.
I don't know how many elementals are in a star of elementals. I'm not sure if it's just 5, or since they're smaller, you know, you get more. But, looks like I don't get any elemental support in this mission, or at least so far I don't.
Target is finished, Star
Ooh.
Captain.
Gave him a face full of that. That's a Griffin 2N. That's the Super Griffin.
Enemy mech down!
Not super enough, apparently.
Target. Destroyed.
The Warhawk is honestly not bad. I would prefer more I would prefer 8 ER large lasers over 4 ER PPCs, but this is still working fine. This is still it's a thing. All of the rock formations have these weird like geometric patterns, these like hexagonal patterns, which is interesting. It's like hexagon Minecraft. Okay, I think this is it. We found some structures. This has got to be where the repair bays are.
Target destroyed.
We're off the water. That means I'm going to heat up a lot more, unfortunately.
Scan mode engaged.
They are savages.
Scanning complete.
No appreciation for machines. I do not know if I could ever get used to living in the inner sphere. Do you see that? Shit! They're going online.
Target destroyed.
Ah! Maneuvering for a shot.
Trying not to let him focus too much on me,
Target.
because my armor has taken a lot of damage. Now that I'm out of the water, we're heating up very rapidly.
Chopped another of my codex.
Destroyed. Target. Destroyed.
Weapon systems are hot. Moving to assault.
Target.
Let's see if any of these blow up before we get in here. He's giving us the Harlan shake, the Alshane shake right now. Look, Mech Bros, be careful how long you goon. If you goon too long, you're gonna wind up like him. Assets from MechWarrior 5 mercenaries. We got like a loader king there. Oh, wait, I'm passing by the mech base. Chubby, welcome to the show.
Moving to execute.
Who else needs repairs? You need repairs.
Copy that, Star Captain.
And then I'll look between Rick and Tara, who needs it the most. Since I'm using only energy weapons, I actually don't need ammo for a change, but I do need armor still.
Systems.
You know what I'll do? I'll probably send in the guy who needs ammo out of the 2 remaining ones. There we go. Fresh armor. I don't know how these things are capable of repairing the armor. Like, what, did they just have, like, a whole bunch of Clan Ferrofibrous armor on reserve? Like, no problem, man. No problem. You're going to use it, right? Get in there. Use it. Yes, use it. Turn around and use it. Turn. There you go. Step in. You got it. Okay, there you go. So, the Rifleman 2C uses all energy weapons, so I'm going to send Rick in here because he's using the Executioner, and the Executioner does have some LBX AC2s. So, sending him in to get his ammo replenished would be a good idea. While he's doing that, I guess we can admire our battle mechs. Here is our Warhawk, also known as the Massacari in the Inner Sphere. Not too different than its standard loadout. We just removed the LRM launcher. Here is our Rifleman 2C armed with 5 ER large lasers. The Night Geyer with a Ultra AC-20 solid slug. And the Executioner. This is normally what I would be piloting, but I try to pilot a different thing each time, where possible. So that's what we're doing there. Let me see what's going on, Chatville. Spider4051 says, the DLC was so good. He says, hello, how's it going? Yeah, I'm going to try to beat the DLC. That's my goal here. Then I will give my review at the end of it. If you've beaten the game, Spider, or beaten the DLC, how close am I to the end? Yeah, this is one hell of a scrapyard, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm about 75% through. Okay, that means I got farther than I thought I did. I think these are all Tigris's. No, I think these are civilian liners. I don't think these are warship, or I don't think these are combat vehicles. They might be. Yeah, that looks like a turret pod, so maybe these are combat capable.
We have more coming at us. We are in no condition to hold off another barrage.
What do you mean? We're almost back to
Secure
full
the evac out
condition.
of these canyons. We all do, Star Captain. I just requested drop ships at all positions. They are.
I love how they're like, those Draconas combine are cowards running for the hills. Meanwhile, we're like, get us out of here! Get us out of here, please! We gotta deal with this!
Next, Star Commander. Stay put. Hold for evac. All units, hold in place for evac.
Let her rip!
Roger that. Positioning for a clean shot. Your target is a heap, Star Captain.
Okay, we got him. Let's get the Orion next, because he's got like a fat center torso. Should be easy to nail it.
Red down! Red down! More incoming!
What a shot there, guys. You're shooting like so far over it.
Until our ride comes.
You guys are supposed to be the elite mech
Drop ships are a
warriors.
couple of minutes out. Just hang on.
Oh, is this a holdout?
Running ahead!
Ah, it's an Atlas. One of the least threatening mechs that they could send. Look, it's already in the red.
New hostile detected. Atlas.
And then an Annihilator. Form around me. Let's not get too close. There's no need for it. And a Highlander. That's the Atlas. Let's get the Annihilator since I already roughed it up.
Mech destroyed!
We got him. Who's next? Let's get the Highlander next.
Target sighted. Moving to fire, Star Captain.
No, let's switch to the Cyclops. It's closer. They're really letting Rick have it. That's not ideal. Looks like I need to get in there a little more.
Target confirmed. Moving to engage.
We've got a Hatamoto Chi on approach. I think we're just going to take them out as they approach right now.
New hostile detected. Hatamoto Chi. Incoming missile. Heat critical.
Pretty good damage on them. Without the water, this is much more difficult. Right now, they're focusing on me. That's fine. I'm pulling some heat off of Rick. Come on, finish this mech off. He's so close to going down. There we go.
Targets will not be standing.
All right, I can use this like wreckage right here to block his shots.
Missile.
Come on, finish it off. Finish him off.
Enemy mech down.
This is part of the reason why I keep overheating.
Maneuvering for a shot.
Like somehow my star doesn't want to finish them off. Even though they've got more than enough firepower to do so. Let's get that King Crab.
Moving to engage, Star Captain.
Missile. Weapons online.
So despite trying to protect Rick, they got Rick, unfortunately. But I have a feeling this is the end of the mission as well. Because this is a pretty, like, big-time, like, holdout, basically.
Target.
Threat neutralized.
Heat critical.
Evac. 1 minute.
Target.
Help is coming, Bravo. Help is coming.
Marauder 2, not a super big threat. So I'm not too worried about it.
Weapons online. Weapons online.
We might lose the Night Geyer. This is why I wanted large lasers instead of PPCs. The PPCs are great until I get into sustained fire. But you just can't equip enough of them. Like, I would need, like, maybe, like, 8 large lasers. That would be great. Big damage on the Stalker. My lance is, or not my lance, my star is not being particularly accurate, unfortunately.
Dropship is sitting down.
Detected.
I see it.
Big okay, there we go. Alrighty. So, I guess the Night Geyer, I don't think it went, I'm not sure if it went down or not, but yeah, we definitely need some repairs on the Executioner, which is unfortunate. It is our biggest mech, but I guess it did its job of drawing a lot of fire as well. Aletha says, those free births, we lost a lot of good warriors out there. We must make those Desgra Caretans pay. Like, I don't, maybe you should just stop being shit. Maybe that's what the issue is. Okay, so we did lose one of the Night Geyers, but the second one managed to survive. But that's fine. You know, we can buy more mechs as well. I'm just going to keep a balanced amount, because I do need a little bit of equipment components.
What the hell was that out there?
Excuse me?
You go on about how unqualified I am, but then Rick can have a full-blown episode in the field?
How dare you speak to me like that? You are a child who knows nothing of what he or any of us have been through.
This is not his first incident, is it?
Shut it, MechWarrior.
Why? Those implants have scrambled his brains. He belongs in a Salama cluster, not here.
Why are you even here? Why the Keshik?
Who would refuse the chance to fight at the Sakan side?
You do not get it, do you? Why we are here. Why the Keshik normally only accepts seasoned warriors. It is because we are the best the clan has to offer. Each of us carries a blood name, earned through the trial of Bloodright. Each of us has been clawed fighting an actual ghost bear. And we have nothing further to prove to the clan, to you, or to anyone else. All that remains is service and a dignified death in battle. And we know that a part of us will live on in the next generation of warriors. But you have nothing. No accomplishments. No glorious conquests, no great victories credited to your codex. When you die, you will be forgotten, with no legacy to pass on.
And you think any of that justifies keeping a threat to our own star around?
We are Ghost Bear. Family is a hallmark of our clan. It is the least I can do to wish that one of our own lives and dies among his equals, not disgraced and alone among the Salama clusters. If you cannot live with that, then leave. Find your precious glory elsewhere, with warriors who still care about such things.
The lip syncing is off. The lip syncing is not on point. It's like not every cutscene. I would say maybe like one out of 5 cutscenes the lip syncing is off, but you definitely notice it. Rob Cowboy says, WTF, I just joined and the lip syncing is failing. Yes, it's not the stream either. It's like that even from my perspective as well. Yeah, the lip syncing definitely has some issues. So the Executioner is going to need some massive repairs. All of the other mechs appear to be fine, though. Let's see. Yeah, there have been, like, rampant issues of lip syncing issues. Like, it's all over the Reddit. Like, people are saying, like, hey, the lip syncing is out. So it's like, oh, here we go. We got the Kodiak. Here we go. Let's grab that. So I believe it's a known issue. I don't know how long it'll take for them to get a fix out for it, though. I kind of want a gargoyle as well. Yeah, let's get a gargoyle as well. We can't get any more upgrades there. And for this, let's go to repairs. And let's go ahead and upgrade the techs as well, because like this also allows them to work faster. Yeah, so before they were going to get it to about 60-something%. Now they'll get it to like 80-something%. So that's not too bad. All right, so we have the gargoyle. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is let's get the next mission loaded up so that we know what the weight is.
What is the latest, Sakana?
So we're just going to... We'll rewatch it in a moment, but let's just get the weight locked in so that I know what I'm working with. Okay, so obviously I'm going to use the Kodiak. Let's just load the biggest mechs we can in that are ready for combat, and then we'll see if that's too much weight. It's actually not too. We're actually still underweight, surprisingly. In that case, maybe I'll buy another... The thing is, there's the only other mech that I can buy that's actually big is an Executioner. I don't have a problem with that, though. The Executioner's not bad. Yeah, I'll do it. 2 Executioners. We are broketh. That puts us up. Okay, there we go. Not too bad. All right, let's see what we can do here. The first thing I'm going to do is let's put you into this config. And I want to come back to this mech because we should have earned a little bit of... We should have earned a little bit of EXP on the mech so that we might be able to switch out some of the Omnipods to something else if I want. Let's go to the Gargoyle first. I think this loadout is actually pretty okay the way it is. I don't think there's a problem with it. I think I like 2 LBX AC5s and an SRM6. I don't think that's a big deal. I may need to adjust its ammo, though, since if it runs out of ammo, it will not be in the best shape. We wouldn't want that to happen. So let's put some ammo in. And we've got half a ton left. We don't have any redundant heat sinks anywhere, not that it needs it. I guess what we'll do is we'll put a 1/4 ton of armor in each arm. just to reinforce it just a little bit more. That's the name of this one. What? I get it. There we go. Apply changes. All right, that's good. Let's go ahead and get you modified. So, like I said, we should be able to switch around some of this mech stuff. Let's see if we can do that. Which Omnipod has a lot of lasers? The D model does. I think it's the D model arm. B, C, D. Yeah, here we go. How much does this cost? Oh, I'm short by 720. Okay. Let me see if we completed any challenges. Oh, we completed a challenge. Here we go. Kill mechs. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. That's gonna be more than enough to get us what we want. All right, let's go ahead and upgrade this. Or not upgrade, but we're gonna switch this to the D model. There we go. You're going to switch it, right? I said the D model. Yes. Install. There we go. Okay. What do we get over here for the D model? Do we get more lasers? The A model has 3. The D model has missiles. That's not exactly what I'm looking for. What about over here? The D model has a laser, which is more than not a laser. Nothing different. What about the head? Nothing different. What about over here? The D model, this one has lasers, let me tell you. All right, let's remove everything from the mech. We're going to start over again. So this is a lot of lasers. It's more than one laser, I'd go so far as to say. This mech does not have a lot of space, so what I think I'm going to do is just some horrendous quantity of small lasers, just an unnecessary quantity of them. And if we wind up having more space, I will upgrade them. I will probably include some large lasers as well, though. That way we have at least some range. Okay, so we do have a good bit of tonnage remaining. So that means we have 7. Wait. Oh. So we have 7, 10, 11, 12, 13 lasers overall. So because we have so many lasers, let's go ahead and add some large lasers in. That way we can have a little bit of range as well. We don't need too much range, but, you know, a little bit of range doesn't hurt. How about a third one? A fourth one? No. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. All right, now a whole bunch of heat sinks. Without the heat sinks, like, we would become lava chicken. So, like, we kind of need them. Like, it's not negotiable. One more large laser. Oh, look at that. It fits just perfectly. Okay, here we go. So, let's go ahead and save a new one. We'll call it Lava Chicken. All right, so we just customized. Look at all those lasers. We got Lava Chicken ready. Now we're going to do the Kodiak. Or do we also take a look at the Warhawk? Is there any way we can sneak a little more firepower onto this? Okay, we can get some missiles. Not what I'm looking for, though. I need, like, lasers or something. Oh, wow. There's nothing going on in the side torso at all. We do have a laser in the center torso. That's not worth it. Wow. This thing is just stuck on PPCs, I guess. You know what? Yeah, I got an idea. I know how to fix this. Let's do 2 large lasers and 2 PPCs. There we go. That will allow us to handle the heat a little better. Oh, but there's nothing to do with the space. We can't do anything with the space. Oh, no. Well, let's discard changes. How do I discard the changes? Okay, revert changes. There we go. Never mind. We're just not going to do that. The Warhawk is just stuck the way it is. All right, let's mess with the Kodiak. So our Kodiak is armed with, let's see what the default weapon. Also, I need to set the weapon groups. So, we'll put small lasers in group 2. Small lasers all go into group 2. Large laser, large lasers, they go there. Melee goes here. I don't know if I need a weapons group for individual large lasers, but just in case, I'll put one. I'll put a 4th one here. That'll just be for shooting down like a helicopter or something. So the Kodiak has Ultra AC 20, ER large laser, 8 medium lasers, 2 Streak SRM4s. Okay, seems interesting. I mean, that's not an awful... What is this weapon? An assault hand actuator? So, you're kidding me. The Kodiak has claws built into it, and it only does 25 damage? That's barely anything. That's not even good. And then you could upgrade it into assault knuckles for 30 damage if you wanted to. What are you thinking? Like, why? That's what it's famous for, is having claws, and it does the same amount of damage as any other mech with a fist in its weight class. That is silly. All right, let's go ahead and remove everything. They said it's canon. I've heard just the opposite. I have been told that the claws were used for restraining mechs. So I was told the exact opposite of that. What are we going to do with this thing? I don't think I disagree with the lasers. I think we're going to put the lasers... Okay, in fact, I think I agree with a lot of this mech's designs in general. Yeah, I think we're going to stick with the medium lasers. I don't see any reason to change that. We have an AC-20, Ultra AC-20. Do we want to change this? I don't know. We might not need to change this. How many heat sinks does it have? Is it possible that we have heat sinks here? I mean, maybe the mech is kind of okay the way it is. I might just try it the way it is. Like, I don't hate this setup, to be totally honest. 8 medium lasers, AC-20, SRM6s. That seems fine. That seems perfectly fine. So, in that case, let me just change the weapon groups. These go here. Oh, there's a large laser in there. Wait a second. I kind of don't like having that large laser. Oh, it's in the center torso. I see. I feel like that's unnecessary. I don't think we need that. And so in that case, let's add a little more armor on. Wherever I can squeeze a little more armor in. And maybe an extra heatsink. Okay, it looks like I can't do that. So let's go ahead and stick a piece of armor on. I'll have to ask my friend about that. Like, because, like, that's what I was told, that the claws... And, in fact, there's a cutscene where the Kodiak, like, attacks somebody. Like, I thought in the Ghost Bear Legacy it burst out of the snow and, like, grappled with a mech or something like that. I can't remember. Either way, it's retarded. If they are just decorative, that's retarded. Like, why would you design it that way? The only thing we changed is no large laser. It doesn't even make sense to the lore either. How do you despise melee combat, but you glorify getting physically assaulted by a ghost bear? It's like getting clawed by a ghost bear in real life is honorable, but clawing somebody with your ghost bear mech is not dishonorable. The clanners are so stupid. Okay, that should be good enough.
What is the latest, Sakan?
A lot of ghost bears lay in the floor of that canyon. And a lot more would have died if Star Commander Rook and his elementals had not found us a path out. And cleared the path of the explosive charges.
They had rigged enough mines to send all of Alpha Galaxy up in smoke.
Surats. But we did secure a high-value target.
But the second has hope. We have not broken them.
I know you summoned us for a reason.
Tell them what you just told me, Gustav.
In the time since your forces overtook the mining operation within Marble City, the DCMS has plotted to take it back. My contact there was able to purchase intel in the black market trading within the Canyon networks. It stated the Second are sending forces to retake it while your units are chasing the Second deeper within the canyons.
Is Star Colonel Huntsig still garrisoned there?
Af. But he is still in no condition to fight. But we are.
I must protest, Sakan. We should not go backwards.
If we cannot hold the ground we have taken, it will continue to embolden Theodore Kurita. We will travel to the mine and hold off the forces attempting to retake it.
Af, Sakan.
This operation is as simple as it gets. The Silver Root will array around the perimeter of the mine and wait for the Second to drop in. We will hold them off until they are down to their last unit, or they retreat. 50th units garrisoned with Star Colonel Huntsig will provide reinforcements as needed.
Understood, Sakan.
Let us move out! The Second will pay for what happened in those canyons.
Damn, we got, like, Rob breaking out the facts, just making me look bad. Thanks a lot, Rob, for, like, making me look bad on stream. You're cool. It's all good. So we're going to go ahead and move in. And we're just going to do this. This is one of these rare times where I actually think the stock config is not terrible. Like, normally I don't like the stock config, but...
His elementals are in the process of defusing the explosives set along the path out of...
Wait, did I set these weapons? Do I... No, I want you to be 3. And I want you to be 2. It matters. It matters, let me tell you, because it matters where it's on the side button on my mouse. Because once you get to weapon group 3 onwards, you're using the side buttons on my mouse.
Once Rook and his point have cleared the path, we will offer up retribution for what happened down in the canyons. Bravo, position, Sakon.
So what does this Ultra AC-20 do? Okay, so this is the fake Ultra AC-20, I guess.
Around the perimeter of the mine.
Copy that.
As opposed to the solid slug AC-20.
But we want our pound of flesh first. Silverroot, we have incoming enemy dropships. I think we should give them the regards from our fallen still lying in the floor of the canyon.
Gotta say, I don't like the paper doll on the Timberwolf. It makes it look really dumpy.
Scan mode engaged. Scanning.
That's definitely a leopard, so,
Touching down.
New
let's
hostile
do it,
target.
question mark?
Quick drop.
Them. Hell.
New target.
Another ship.
Target.
I
Destroyed.
hope they send an entire battalion. Theater Kurita will look in horror as he sees the limbs of his legendary second decorating the grounds of this mine. We need to keep them on
This
the
is an
outside.
interesting sound effect for this autocannon, I gotta say. Heat is not bad on this mech.
Target destroyed.
Target destroyed.
Like I said, I didn't feel like that large laser was going to be very important, and I think so far it seems more and more like likely that the large laser wasn't necessary.
Destroyed.
Combined with the fact that I don't really have any other long-range weapons to kind of support with it.
Reduced it to ash.
Still gets a little bit hot after a while, but that's fine. It's okay if a mech gets hot after a little bit. And if we really need to, we could scale back maybe
Just try and keep your head
2
on straight.
ER lasers and get another heatsink in.
You will have your head handed to you if you are not careful.
Enough. This is not about defending a mine or any personal issues. We need to make these Cretans pay for their Desgra tactics.
Wait, are you like speckled? That is a very strange color scheme. Maybe it's supposed to look like stars? Oh, God.
More Koreans incoming.
New hostile.
They are sending a lot of numbers at us. mine
The triggers are all held down.
I do not think they expected much of a defense.
But then they poked the bear.
Jeez.
And now
Okay, there we
let's
go.
pay for it.
Stalker takes a beating.
Star Colonel Hunsig, deploy reinforcements.
As ordered, Sakon. I may let you all have some scraps.
Target.
There are plenty of dragons to go around.
Target destroyed. Incoming.
Okay, we got helicopters behind. I'm gonna focus on the mechs.
New hostile detected. Destroyed.
Battle Masters next.
That target.
Destroyed.
Yeah, this is not terrible.
Chopped another on my codex.
Yeah, this is not terrible at all for a stock. I mean, it's not technically stock configuration, but all I did was strip it down a little bit. I kept it basically in its config. This is not terrible. That's how I melee.
That target is not getting back up.
Target. Target destroyed.
I saw something drop, but I guess, oh, that's right. It's because of the storm. The storm is reducing our sensor range. Somehow they are seeing better than us, though. What do we need to defend the mine from the attack? Do I literally need to defend something, or is it just like destroy all the enemies without getting owned? I think the key with this mech design is to not use the medium lasers too much. You know, you want to make sure you got a good shot on the medium lasers rather than triggers down on it. Like right there. The AC-20 shells don't have as much drop as I thought they would have. Looks like you can almost shoot straight forward with them.
Hostile detected. Cyclops.
The fact that we have another star here is helping a ton.
Target.
Demolished that mech!
So,
How are you not dead? Die!
Target down. Great work, Star Captain.
destroyed. Target.
Am I out of SRMs? Okay, that's a problem. We need more SRM ammo.
Is that all these Surats have?
Hopefully we get a repair bay. Like, don't tell me a mining facility doesn't have a repair bay somewhere.
Another lance just hit the ground! Shred them! In strike range. Let us turn them to dust.
Scan mode engaged.
Might as well get these little scannables real fast since I'm passing through the area anyways. So this looks like it's just a deathmatch style mission.
Target verified. Going weapons free.
Looks like the other star is gonna get pounded a little bit. That's kind of okay though, considering that I could use a break from the combat. Besides, they're supposed to be powerful clan mech warriors. They should be able to handle this themselves. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably remove 2 lasers and add maybe 2 tons of SRM ammo.
Target neutralized.
Brought that mech down!
One of the tricks to the Ultra AC, if you want to fire it at the maximum speed without jamming, just hold the trigger down and it will fire it at the fastest, safest speed. Okay, how about a repair bay? That would be great.
Denying them a mine is not a tribute to our dead. We should be going after higher value targets.
This invasion is a war
Jonathan
with
is so
Tristan
full of shit.
Sometimes
He's always like
warriors
seesawing
fall
between like,
victory
oh,
simply
this is
by
too easy. Help me. I am getting ass beat.
Understand that. And you have been in it too long. On that we agree. But while I am still here, I will put these desperate cowards into the ground.
I don't want to shoot too much because I'm not trying to draw their fire onto me at the moment.
Crush that target!
Okay, you can still fight, Becker. When your mind is right. I will fight for Clan Ghost Bear, for my unit, until the bitter end. Even for you, Cub. We are all children of the bear.
All come out! I need you to advance to my position! My Nova is
She's piloting a Nova.
Come on, Cub. We will protect the Sakan. Together. Af.
Bravo. We are the Sakan's honor guard, and we need to guard her now.
How about the Sakan's, like,
Star
mech
Commander
repair
Rook,
base?
You and your points shield the Sakan. We'll take care of the rest.
That's what I really need right now. Some mech repair base would be great.
Deploy more reinforcements.
I am sorry I put you in this position, Star Captain. Remember, you are not here to make our jobs easier, Sakan.
There's one right here. Turn this on. Turn that one on. It's right here. You know you guys want to turn on these mech bay repair bays for me. Look at these mech repair bays. Turn them on. Do it. You know you want to. They're not going to turn my mech repair bays on? I see how it is. The good news is the rest of the star is not destroyed yet, so, you know, he can distract them a little bit longer. The bad news is that I cannot draw any more fire. Like, I'm going to have to let my, the rest of the star eat some hits here. Even a single repair bay would have been good. Just getting my armor back to max would have been great. So they've got an Executioner over there and a Timberwolf.
Ghost Bears, protect the Sakan at all costs.
Is that the Nova that's downed?
Turning into Last Frontier all over again.
Not this time. This time we...
Alright, I'm gonna have our guys, like, concentrate fire.
All units spread out. Spread out. Do not bunch up. This is no time to get cocky. There are no points for getting killed.
I really need my Lance to pull through here for me, which is kind of scary because I'm asking for the AI to pull through for me.
Hostile obliterated.
So far, so good. Let's attack the ones in the open. Okay, I need to use this rock formation over here to kind of, like, protect me. I can't let them...
They are hell-bent on taking back this mine.
I can't let them, like, attack me. That'd be way too much damage.
But we will remind them of their weakness.
Let's get that trebuchet. Those have low armor.
Keep pouring it on.
I'm gonna try to shoot in a way where the rock formation prevents them from shooting back at me.
Red down! Red down!
We're gonna take out the ones that present themselves to us.
Right arm took critical damage.
The rest of the star is wearing down, which is not great. But also kind of inevitable. Like I said, I gotta trust them a little bit here, so I am just going to focus on
That mech signature is dead.
attacking what is in the open.
Roger that. Positioning for a clean shot.
Fortunately, this is not a good Banshee, it's the crummy Banshee.
Mech destroyed.
I know I saw something in the distance. There was a radar blip there. Yeah, there it is right there.
Targets will
Oh,
not
it's an
stand
Atlas.
long.
It has a Gauss rifle, though.
Another down.
No other drop ships are displayed on screen. We need to get the Sakan back to her ship.
Tell you what,
I'm
we
sure
saved
the
it.
Firemoth needs some repairs. Thank you, Star Captain. Once again, you have proven my faith in you well.
Oh, it's not that she was piloting a Nova. It's that her
Praise
formation
until
was a
Alshane is
Nova.
part of our holdings, Sakan. Holding a mine is not work worthy of being the Ill Clan. And that is what makes you a great warrior and leader. I will see you back on the command deck.
All right, so Kodiak so far, I'm pretty happy with the Kodiak overall. Like, honestly, the stock configuration is pretty decent. Aletha Kabrinsky says, holding off the Kharitan attack has brought us a measure of payback for our casualties suffered here in Farir, but it's not enough. We cannot stop until they are all in the ground. Let's check our repairs, and I'm going to keep it balanced again, just to get a little bit of equipment fragments. All right, let's see how the damage looked. That is fine. We have 6 million Kerenskys. Let's manage our stuff over here real fast. Can we get that? Okay, we can get this finally. There we go. That took forever to save up for, but we got it. I did it, right? I don't see it anymore. All right, let's keep getting some research going. Cooldown, duration, let's do range. Range is good. You'll love to see it. Cooldown, you love to see it. Duration, you love to see it. Ever since they rebalanced some of these weapons, it kind of feels like you can use a little more of what you want, but we're gonna stick with the lasers because that's what worked in the campaign. New mechs include a gargoyle, another rifleman, another executioner. We don't have the cash to like do a lot of this. Let's go to repairs, and let's get some more, we don't need more technicians. That's not the issue right now. We need to upgrade our technicians so that they are more efficient. Still not enough to get everything operational. That's a little bit annoying. But what we can do is we probably can sell some of these mechs that are too light. So, for example, we don't need the Mad Dogs anymore. The Ebon Jaguar was not awful. But, you know, I'll just sell those, and then we'll buy another Assault Mech. So, I'll buy another Executioner. And then we will... Where's the new Executioner? Let me just pull all these guys out so I can see. Which one is it? This one I'm going to use. Let me go ahead and switch it to the Lava Chicken. The Lava Chicken Custom. These mechs need repairs, so let's just load up a bunch of stuff. Probably going to be underweight. 430 tons is not awful, but, you know, we'll see.
Thank you for joining me, Ghost Bears.
How is your mech, Sakan?
The techs believe they can salvage it.
Good. We want you back on the field with us.
I will be. Shortly.
Has there been a new development?
Since before we arrived, we've been trying to locate the heart of their mech production. If we could gain control of it and cripple the DCMS's reinforcement capabilities, it would mean Alshane would fall much faster.
The DCMS has used misdirection and various tactics to mask their high-value targets.
But we have uncovered a major one.
In the city of Bergen, an old map of the region showed a factory power grid powering all mech manufacturing in the surrounding area. Then it disappeared.
But there are no logs showing any attacks in the area that could have leveled it.
And a building does not just get up and walk away.
I had our watch conduct multi-spectrum scanning in regions we already covered. And we got a hit. The Kharitans were using a thermal cloaking device to obscure the facility.
But now the tarp is off.
We will insert into the city of Bergen and secure that factory. If we knock out the grid, powering all of their mech production and repairs in the region...
They will have a tough time making war.
But this will be no easy task. Scans show the facility is very well defended. The second have artillery and fighters at their disposal. Star Captain Lilith, you will insert from the caves on this approach point here. Your objective is to enter the facility at the main entrance here.
No back doors on this one.
The gate will be sealed, so you will need to override it to get inside. I will lead Alpha and Charlie on the other side of the facility here and engage their forces. We will try and buy you enough time to secure the facility. Once that is done, we will link up at the rally point here. Striking at this facility will be a major blow to the DCMS, Ghost Bears. Gear up and let us move out.
Okay. I don't think we need to change anything else. I think we're good. So, oh, I need to check one thing. Let me check my weapon groups. I believe... Wait. Okay. Check my weapon groups. Yeah, these weapon groups are not correct. Good thing I did that. All right, so large lasers are going to go here. Small lasers are going to go here. The other melee will go here. And then if I do want to do something with large lasers, I'll put that in chain fire. Okay, that should be fine. The other mechs are Oh, okay. Because if the mechs are not, when the mechs are out of the primary team, they repair faster. That's the reason that's happening. Oh, let's see if we can get some upgrades real fast. Wow, none of these skills really coincide with anything we're doing. I guess I'll just do this one. Rick. Turning speed. Attacks at a distance. Energy weapons. There we go. That's what I want to see. Lilith. Heat. And let's bump our energy weapons up. Samuel. Evasion. Oh, nope. You need a little more EXP before I can do evasion. Let's go ahead and get his EXP maxed out. And then heat management will be the rest. Okay, I think that's everything else that we can do. Okay, looks good. A little bit underweight. I don't think that'll matter. Just because like our mechs are pretty... They hit pretty hard, so, you know, we'll see. I think I want to change the autocannon, though, into solid slug. That's one thing I'm considering doing.
You studied the mission. We must capture one of their main power hubs on this rock. A lifeline for their forces across the region. These canyons have tested us time and again, and they have not broken us. And they will not now. Ready your weapons. Let us go add significant infrastructure to our holdings in the name of our clan. Ground teams, status. Bravo is on the ground.
Charlie is ready and waiting.
This is Star Colonel Zung. My units are in place.
Scanner's showing a heavy concentration of defenders. You know your jobs. Now execute my orders. Second.
It will be done.
Copy that.
Once we exit this cave, they will be all over us. Keep moving, no matter what these spheroids throw at us.
As always, we will follow your lead, Star Captain.
Ghost Bears, multiple contacts, bogies in the sky, and active artillery guns.
New hostile detected.
Get to cover! Get to cover!
Cover points are on your display. Use them.
Target
A little bit of everything coming in at
This
us.
zone is hot. We have a lot of payback to deliver.
Bravo, just keep pushing to the factory entrance.
So with 4 large lasers, I am able to do some stuff at range. It's not... It is an option.
Bravo, keep your damn heads up.
Destroyed. New target.
I used this mech quite a bit in the campaign for
Nailed that mech. Pilot just failed out.
for the primary campaign on MechWarrior 5 clans. So like I'm pretty confident in this design.
Scan mode engaged. Scanning complete. Scan mode.
Activate
disengaged.
cover. Interesting. Bunch of random shit I can scan. Oh, this is creating
Scanning complete.
deployable cover.
Disengaged.
Very interesting.
Scanning.
So this artillery is like random. It doesn't seem to target you specifically. It differs from the artillery in MechWarrior 5 or in Mercenaries. Because the Mercenaries, they do try to actively target you.
Target destroyed. New target. Scan mode engaged. Scanning complete. Incoming missile. Scan mode disengaged.
Target confirms down.
Destroyed.
Chucked another on my codex.
What is that accuracy? That was completely over the Jenner. Like, complete miss.
Star detected.
Brought it down.
Starter.
That's always why I'm afraid to trust my allies to get things
Targets will
done.
not be standing for long. Moving to fire.
Scan complete. Scan mode disengaged. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Incoming.
Weapon systems are hot. Moving to assault.
Red down. Red down.
Scan mode engaged.
Got it. Buy me a few more seconds to kick it open.
Scanning complete. Scan
I guess we're just gonna deploy all the cover. I don't know how much of a good it's gonna do, but we'll do it.
Scanning complete. New target. Target destroyed. Scanning complete.
Smoke that target.
Mode engaged.
This is where the chain fire comes in handy.
Scan mode disengaged. Target destroyed. Scan mode engaged.
Not sure what I am scanning over here. Oh, we get Kerenskys from that. We actually need the money.
Disengaged.
This reminds me of some of the battlefields in Helldivers that have these large, like, plateaus.
Scan mode engaged. Scanning complete.
Oh, these are mines.
Scanning complete.
I was wondering why there's so many.
Scanning complete. Scanning complete.
Okay, let us move in. We are entering the factory, Sakan.
Security.
Good luck.
All right, now I'm expecting heavy-duty close combat.
First objective is to hit the power generators. Short range is picking up signatures.
Oh, those don't explode?
At least
Surprising.
we know where they are. Cowards cannot sneak up on us again.
All right, mech bros, we're going in.
Hide and they will find them. These corridors are narrow. They could try and bottleneck us.
And we will push through. Eyes on the generators. Take them out.
Oh, those are the...
Generators are down.
We could have used Sean on this one. He was the best at close quarter combat. Have I not acquitted myself well?
New hostile.
You have given us less reason to doubt your abilities in battle. But you have yet to prove you are a true team player. I will prove it.
Then focus. We have work to do.
Second max. Bring them down.
These indoor battles remind me of, like, playing a first-person shooter. I feel like I'm playing, like, Halo when I do these.
We hit the generators. Advancing to the energy control room. Acknowledged.
Scan mode engaged.
We have more company.
Engage.
Salvage. Marked. Scan mode
This ain't the play, little bro.
Great shooting,
Oh,
Star Captain.
don't get in my way.
I will never get tired of taking out these spheroids.
There will be plenty more. All right. We are in range of the primary energy control room.
I don't like how I don't see my fist when I punch.
Before any critical damage is done to the facility.
These spheroids seem more than willing to let it burn in a blaze of dishonor.
Assassin
It is on us to prevent it. It is too important to be reduced to waste.
destroyed.
Let me tell you. Just a little bit off the top of the head with the lasers there.
Destroyed. Scan mode.
Landmines inside your own facility. Interesting.
Scan complete.
Why not?
Scan mode disengaged. New target. New hostile detected.
Hell of a shot, Star Captain.
Destroyed.
That's a good point. There better be mech repair bays inside a mech factory. Those look like repair bays right there. They better let me use them.
The power relays are down.
Oh, you destroyed the power relays, and now they can't turn on anymore. No mech repair bays for you, little bro.
New hostile detected. Black tag. New target.
Another down.
Alpha Command, this is Bravo. All target objectives achieved.
Oh, we get 5?
Copy that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there we go. Let's do it.
F,
You.
we are headed to you.
You.
Those repair bays
You.
are active.
You.
Catch up is needed, Bravo. We are about to jump back into the frying pan. Overriding the door lock. Stand by.
I don't know how the repairs would ever work. Like, what does the Draconis Combined just have, like, we just have some clan ferrofibrous armor on standby, you know? Very easy to repair. No problem. Okay, we're patched up. We're back to full ammo, full armor.
Scan mode engaged.
Sharpen up. Still a lot of fight left beyond this door.
Scan mode disengaged. Security.
Holy shit.
overridden.
What the hell is that? A fearsome killing machine.
How did we not know the DCMS has that bastard in service?
What is this
I
thing?
think I would rather face down another ghost bear. All I see is a bigger target. Yeah, except that target only needs one shot to turn you into a goddamn heap.
What is
Now
this?
the attacks in the hands of the Father himself could not put you back together. How do we attack this thing, Star Captain?
Together.
I like how it's not shooting.
But not as fast as we
Is this
can.
gonna be like an Armored
I
Core
say
boss fight?
patience.
What is this thing?
You might be a ghost bear after all, Jonathan. The cub is right. Patience. Choose our shots well.
Is this like a giant tank? Or is this like a fortress defense? Like, what is this thing?
Tara, you have advanced scanners.
Oh, it moves. Oh, it's a giant tank.
Scanning for weak points. Data received. This crawler might be a juggernaut, but it expends a lot of power.
Does your data provide an ID tag?
Designation Iron Talon.
Now we
Iron
know what to call
Talon?
this bastard when we add the victory to our codex.
We're a long way from victory, MechWarrior. But it has to charge up after it maxes out. We have a window to hit it while it recharges.
Oh, okay. So the cover advances.
Find cover until it maxes out.
Destroyed.
It has 2 vents in the back and front.
We hit those, it can overheat faster.
Destroyed.
This thing is a hulking beast, but it can really move. Focus fire.
What
on the
is
treads
this
so we
thing?
can Stop it in its tracks.
It's like some kind of giant tank.
We hit the treads. That should slow it down.
Target.
What else can it?
Get a clean shot.
Oh, it got new turrets.
Destroyed.
Drop that target.
Oh god, the big gun. The big gun. Kill the big gun. Kill it. The big gun. Kill it.
It is recharging.
That looks important.
Our window is open.
That looks important. Shoot the thing that looks important.
We cannot allow it to reach its intended firing position.
Okay, we got one of them.
No idea. But once it reaches its target zone, we cannot deny its attack.
Then we need to throw everything at it, Bravo.
Oh, I see. We want to use this cover on the sides.
It is slowing down.
You know what this is like? This is like fighting a land battleship in Mobile Suit Gundam. Like a Dobday. This is basically like fighting a Dobday or a Big Tray. The big guns! Shoot the big guns! Stop them! Shoot them, the big guns!
Contact down.
It is ready. We need to put it out of its misery.
Okay, go for the vents.
It will not go quietly. Time your shots.
Watch out! Enemy mechs just dropped out of the bottom.
It also has battle. It basically is a Dobday. It's like a Dob. It's basically a Dobday from Mobile Suit Gundam.
We are the answer. We need to keep wearing it down. No wasted shots. No wasted shots. If you get a clear shot at a tread, take it. It only has 2 vents operational.
We gotta take these mechs out.
Designated target on scope. Shifting to hit it.
Enemy mech down.
Fortunately, it's not the most accurate. That's the good news.
Maneuvering for a shot. Looks like its systems are maxed out.
All right, let's get the tread.
It is overheating. It is vulnerable.
Now's the
Hit the tread. Hit the tread. Are you guys shooting the tread? What are you doing back there? Shoot the tread, you idiots! Shoot the tread!
Bullseye.
good shot.
Focus fire on the treads. We need to immobilize this thing.
Oh, did we get it?
The gun just fired. The gun just fired. It just took out a warship. It is over then. This op has gone straight to hell.
Oh, did we not destroy it in time? Okay, so there's a time limit for destroying it. Okay, so apparently we need to destroy it, like, within a certain amount of time. Oh my god, and they don't have any... They don't have any...
Status. Bravo is on the ground.
Oh, that's right, this thing has mask. I forgot about that.
This is Star.
Oh, and it doesn't have checkpoints, so you gotta start over again.
Scanner's showing a heavy concentration of defenders. You know your jobs. Now execute my orders. Secon.
It will be done. Copy that.
Once we exit this cave, they will be all over us. Keep moving, no matter what these spheroids throw at us.
Oh, man, this is the where you wish you had
We
checkpoints.
will follow your lead, Star Captain.
Ghost bears, multiple contacts, bogies in the sky, and active artillery guns.
Get to cover. Get
All right, so we know that we get repaired to full, so I feel like we can be a little more aggressive because, like, we now know what we're dealing
This
with.
zone is hot. We have a lot of payback to deliver.
Bravo, just keep pushing to the factory entrance. We will keep them tied up out here. F. Bravo, keep your damn heads up.
Basically, we know that we get a full repair, so let's just be a little more aggressive this time around. Also, the giant battleship didn't do that much damage to us, so I don't see any reason why we can't just, like, be a little more aggressive, like, just get on it a bit more. There was no need to... None of these things were important. I don't care about any of this cover or any of these barriers. None of those were useful.
Target verified. Go
This doesn't count as water, does it? It's not deep enough to be water.
That mech signature is dead.
New hostile detected. Locus. Target destroyed.
Targets will not be standing for long. Moving to fire.
Missile. Target destroyed.
So yeah, this time we're pushing through them way more aggressively because, like I said, we know that we get a repair, so we don't have to be so, we don't have to be so delicate about it this time around.
Reduced it to ash.
Target destroyed.
We're just gonna get in there, clear the place out, and this time we're just gonna like throw ourselves at it. Because, like, the problem wasn't that we got, like, destroyed. The problem is that we didn't destroy it quickly enough, so... Oh, did I step on the landmines?
Buy me a few more seconds to kick it open.
Scanning complete. Scanning complete. Scanning complete. Secure.
Okay, now we just gotta clear this
We are
out.
entering the factory, Sakan.
Disengaged.
Good luck. All right. Our first objective is to hit the power generators. Short range is picking up signatures.
At least we know where they are. Cowards cannot sneak up on us again. I am sure if there are cracks for them to hide in, they will find them.
The main cannons also didn't seem that dangerous. Like, I might not even waste my effort on destroying the main cannons.
Eyes on the generators. Take them out.
Destroyed.
Generators are down.
We could have used Sean on this one.
Destroyed.
He was the best at close quarter combat.
Destroyed.
Have I not acquitted myself well? You have given us less reason to doubt your abilities in battle. But you have yet to prove you are a true team player. I will prove it.
Then focus. We have work to do.
Even with the extra damage I've taken and stepping on the landmines, we're still fine.
Secured. Bravo Command, give me an update.
Salvage. Mark
We hit the generators. Advancing to the energy control room.
target.
Acknowledged.
We have more company.
Engage.
Weapons online.
They got that. They should have that under control.
I'm tired of taking out these spheroids.
So I'm pretty sure Rick Becker is voiced by Steve Bloom.
All right.
I didn't recognize it at first, but now I'm pretty confident in it.
We knock it out. We can get out of here before any critical damage is done to the facility.
New hostile detected.
These spheroids seem more than willing to let it burn in a blaze of dishonor.
It is on us to prevent it. It is too important to be reduced to waste.
Scan mode engaged. Scanning complete. Scanning complete. Scan mode disengaged.
Demolish that mech.
Target destroyed.
The power relays are down.
Protected. Panther. Lead target.
Okay, there it is. I knew there was a fire starter. Oh, there's one of these too.
Blackjack.
Brought that mech down!
Alpha Command, this is Bravo.
All right, repair up, everyone.
Copy that. Rally up with us in the field. We are getting hammered. F, we are headed to you. Those repair bays are active. Patch up is needed, Bravo. We are about to jump back into the frying pan.
Systems.
Overriding the door.
Okay, so this time we are going to get in there. Apparently we need to destroy the vents, and then I guess we need to destroy all four of the, we need to destroy all four of the treads to stop it. I believe that's the objective.
Scan mode engaged.
Sharpen up. Still a lot of fight left beyond this door.
Scan mode disengaged.
All right, let's skip the cutscene.
Holy sh! Tara, you have advanced scanners. Talk to me. Scanning for weak points. Data received. This crawler might be a juggernaut, but it expends a lot of power.
Does your data provide enough
We're just gonna get up in there, clear these initial turrets.
Call this bastard when we add the victory to our codex.
We're a long way from victory, MechWarrior. But it has to charge us after it maxes out. We have a window to hit it while it recharges. Bravo, find cover until it maxes out. It has
Beat its ass!
and front.
If we hit those, it can overheat faster.
Beat its ass!
Thing is a hulking beast, but it can really move. Focus fire on the treads.
Beat its ass!
Its tracks. If we hit the treads, that should slow it down.
Do not let it get a clean shot. Find cover, find cover.
Beat its ass!
Direct hit turned into scrap.
Beat its ass!
It is recharging.
And the vents are exposed.
All right, let's fall back and get the vents.
Hit it! Hit it! Hit it! We cannot allow it to reach its intended firing position.
How long?
No idea. But once it reaches its target zone, we cannot deny its attack.
Then we need to throw everything at it, Bravo.
Beat its ass!
Guns online! Guns online!
God, why are the treads so tough? They're so strong.
Bravo! Every tread we hit impedes its mobility. It is slowing down. Bravo!
All right, the vents are gonna come out really soon.
Got them.
It is ready. We need to put it out of its misery.
It will not go quietly. Time your shots.
Okay, we got both of the vents.
Enemy mechs just dropped out of the bottom.
New hostile.
This thing has a million ways to kill us. We may not have an answer for this thing.
We are the answer. We need to keep wearing it down. No wasted shots. No wasted shots. If you get a clear shot at a tread, take it.
If you get a clear shot at a tread,
Regional.
the thing is slow moving.
Never seen shooting like that, Sir Captain.
New hostile detected. Punchman.
Okay,
Get a clear shot at a tread, take it.
attack! Why is the squad not following me?
Bullseye.
Good shot.
Forward!
Looks like its systems are maxed out.
It is overheating. It is vulnerable.
Why is the star not moving forward? I literally told them to move forward. Beat its ass! Beat its ass!
Direct hit. One tread left.
Beat its ass!
Treads. We need to immobilize this thing. Critical hit.
Hell yeah. Let that bastard burn.
Leaving mission.
Oh god!
That is how you fight like a team, Cub. Like a family.
You live through a few more of those. Maybe you will prove worthy of a blood name after all. You fought like a demon these last couple ops, Rick. You do belong on the battlefield. Well, I am not suited for a Solomon unit. If you keep fighting like that, your opponents will no longer see a green warrior when they review your codex before a battle.
Alpha, this is
You mean I'm the one who did all the work? Like the rest of you guys were, I don't know what you guys were doing back there.
what the DCMS have in reserve. We're headed to you now. Alpha, the rest of the battlefield is secure. This was a great victory for Alpha Galaxy. We need to debrief and refit after that one. The dropship will be standing by
I'll give it to him. That was a pretty cool fight. Like, if they had more fights like that in the first game, that would have been pretty interesting. Because, like, boss fights are kind of what the game needed. Unfortunately, boss fights weren't, they're you know, like, they're not necessarily as compatible to the lore in MechWarrior. But, like, you can get creative. Like, that was an interesting, I thought it was a pretty interesting fight. Aletha says, I continue to be impressed by your leadership and your star's prowess. Star Captain, we have secured a major victory here in the canyons. We must keep up the momentum. Let's just keep doing like this. This is fine. It's not that big a deal. Okay, let's check our repairs. Only the Executioner needs repairs. That's a good sign. Let's go ahead and just load the next mission up so we can see the drop weight.
Star Captain Lilith.
Skip. We're just going to skip it. We'll watch it afterwards. I just want to, you know, see what my drop weight is going to be. So we're up to 500 tons. So now we're at the point where this is the, you know, this is basically as heavy as it's going to get. Let's see if we could buy some bigger mechs. We need big ones. We can get the Direwolf. I'll take a Direwolf. We can spend merit there instead of Kerensky's, which is nice. Looks like you can't buy an unlimited number of mechs. When you buy one, they do get delisted, so you kind of have to take what you can get. But that Direwolf will definitely help. The next thing, let's go quickly take a look at our EXP. Nothing. 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 Oh my god, you're just barely off of it. And then let's go ahead and level up your heat management. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is let's customize our Direwolf, which is what I will be piloting. And I don't think we have a lot of EXP for it. Let me see if I'm allowed to change to anything else. Yeah, I could. Which version of the Direwolf has the largest quantity of lasers is the new question. Looks like it's one where you'd have to mix and match them together. In that case, let me look at them individually. So I can get 2 lasers here. Oh, I can get 3 lasers there. That's pretty good. I can get 3 lasers there. Okay, let's do this one. I'm sold on it. Over here, we should be able to get... I believe they mirrored each other. Oh, good, they did. Okay, let's just remove everything. All right, this is going to be the mega laser. So we're going to do a whole bunch of large lasers. And then we're going to do some small lasers for up-close combat. It's basically going to be a bigger version of what I made with the Executioner, essentially. Wait, did they cheat me out of my fucking... Oh, okay, so it was a different one. It was a different one. That's fine, though. It's not that big a deal. I'm not going to trip over it. The next thing we need is a huge amount of heat sinks. Lots of heat sinks. Start shoving some heat sinks in here. Lots of heat sinks. Okay, and with the remaining space, let's just up armor a little bit. Let's do on the side torso. I feel like the side torso tends to get hit a little harder. What do I call this mech? There we go. The final thing we need to do is give it some weapon groups. So that all of the large lasers are in the arm. Then all the small lasers are not in the arms. And then we'll have a weapon group for, you know, if I don't want to fire everything simultaneously. Should be good. All right, we still are not getting very close to the drop weight. We're 25 tons off. That's not the worst. And if we want, we can sell some of our heavy mechs off and continue up getting even more. But right now, I don't think it's necessary to do so. Can we upgrade our repairs a little further? Gets us to 94%. I personally feel 94% is good enough. Like, it'll just be a little bit scratched up. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I mean, we could pull the gargoyle in, which drops our weight a little bit. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. Oh, weren't we going to modify something? Yeah. We're going to modify you. So we're going to knock 2 lasers off of you. Guess I'll take 1 laser off here. And 1 laser off of here. And then we were going to add some ammo in. So we'll put 1 SRM ammo, 2 SRM ammos. Because we ran out of SRMs, but we still had a good bit. We still had a healthy quantity of... Okay, did that fix it? No, it didn't fix it. I don't understand the controls on these. Okay, I did this. I don't understand why they made the mech bay so stupid. The mech bay in MechWarrior 5 Mercs is great. So you don't save, you do a new preset. That'll be the name of this mech. What did it do? What did you do? What did you do? Okay, now delete this one. Okay. Okay. Did we succeed? Okay, we succeeded. We're fine. It's good. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do is I don't like that version of the Ultra AC. Not enough. Oh, this thing has more slots. How many slots do I need? Damn, that's a fat-ass weapon. Where's my AC ammo at? Ultra AC 20 ammo, Ultra AC 20 ammo. There should be a ton of ammo that doesn't belong somewhere. Streak ammo, endo steel. Didn't it have 3 tons of ammo? Standard ammo, streak SRM, blah, 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 blah. Double heat sinks, double heat sinks. Did it only come with 2 tons of ammo? In that case, I'm going to knock one of these off and put another ton of Ultra AC 20 on. Okay, so now I guess I save a new preset. Apply. Delete the old one. Okay, I think we did it. I think we did it. Anyways, let's make sure these mechs are customized correctly. I think these are all fine. All right, we're good. Oh, let's check the science lab. Let's see if we can, So these are still researching. Okay, there's nothing to do here. They're still researching.
Star Captain Lilith, we have ghost bears pinned down by the second in a hydrochasm on the ground right here.
How did the second get the better of them?
I had Star Colonel Hunsig send in a sweep trinary to probe the area for the exact location of a dam, and to scout for more surprises after your encounter with the Iron Talon back at the factory.
And they found it.
And more. Their trinary was lured by the false retreat of a lance, pretending to commit seppuku. They then used hidden artillery in the cliff faces and other hidden forces to pin them down. They've been engaged with them for the past few hours, and only got the message out before this meeting.
Freebirths. They must be running low on ammo. Are we to mount a rescue operation?
And more. You will lead Bravo, Charlie, and your aerospace star on this approach point here. You must try and free the bears if you can. And then find that dam and knock it out.
Why is the dam so important?
Gustav?
I have an operative working inside the Silverdale spaceport. He has sent word that they are preparing a series of dropships for system departure.
And that lines up with the movement pattern of the second. They are falling back to the city, but there's no way for you to reach the spaceport in time.
The dam feeds power to Silverdale and the spaceport. Disable the dam and...
I get the idea. The second lose their way out.
And you can finish them off.
You are not joining us, Sakan?
Neg, I have faith you can get the job done here in my stead.
I am honored.
Once we break, I am taking Star Colonel Hunsig and his 50th Striker to the Ptolemy Mountains. The 6th Alshane regulars have been giving them more trouble in recent days. I will go there to oversee operations. Keep me updated as things happen, Star Captain. Communication is a nightmare here, but it is important to ensure the DCMS do not get the upper hand on us.
I will not let you down, Sakan.
Okay, let's do it. So we're using, we've got 2 100-ton mechs now. We got to collect a few more. We'll use a blend of Kodiaks and dire wolves. Just, you know, maybe 3 and 2. 3 Kodiaks and 2 dire wolves. You know, just a little bit of old, a little bit of new. You know, a little more weighted to the new than the old, though.
Bravo, we are closing in on our designated LZ. Scanners show hostile activity in the vicinity, so be prepared for a fight right out of the gate.
You better get ready. Here come the Blue Gooner Gang.
Copy that. Bravo. We have brothers and sisters trapped down there.
Red Eric, are you accusing us of being furries?
Ghost bears to slaughter. So check your weapons and prepare for a battle all the way through.
The Union has this rather, phallic appearance to it. Oh, I forgot I'm slow now. I only go 48 kilometers. Wow. That one was destroyed.
We are pinned. We cannot shake loose. Hang in there. We are coming.
Don't worry, I will rescue you at the speeds of 48 kilometers.
Charlie, we already had hostile contact. Protect our flank. Razor 1, are you with us? Already turned a few craft to dust, but the sky is filled with bogeys. We will try and keep any strays from dropping any surprises on you.
I'll tell you what, this mech gets spicy, but 8 large lasers does a lot of damage.
Weapons online. Target destroyed. New hostile detected. Assassin. Target destroyed. Heat critical.
Maybe I should drop it down to 6 large lasers. Holy crap.
New target. Heat critical. Target
It does a lot of damage, though, let me tell you.
New hostile detected. Grasshopper. Weapons online. Weapons online.
Great shooting, Star Captain. Enemy mech down.
Hostile detected.
Okay, so they're coming from behind now. Looks like we're focusing on the Highlanders, so let's do it.
Moving to fire, Star Captain.
Missile. Heat critical. Target destroyed. Weapons
Designated target on scope. Shifting to hit it.
weapons online. Target destroyed.
Yeah, maybe 6 large lasers will be a little more appropriate.
Withdraw. Heat critical. Target destroyed.
I mean, it's slicing through them, I will say that.
Mech destroyed. Mech destroyed.
What is your status, Onyx?
Oh, we have a time limit? Move fast?
We're running out of ammo fast.
Oh, that's a secondary objective. Well, you know, I'm afraid to say it, that speed is not exactly my thing. Like, if you need something done quickly, like, that is not... The only thing the direwolf does quickly is kill things quickly. It doesn't do anything else quickly. Why does this keep flickering on and off? Like, the computer systems should be fine. It shouldn't be flickering on and off like that. It's actually a little distracting. I keep, like, looking at it.
Star Captain, permission to speak on a private channel.
Granted. Switching over.
I should range ahead and help
New
them.
hostile detected.
Neck.
Enforcer.
I would be sending you to your death. You will stick with us.
The cub was right back in the canyon. I am unfit for duty. Allow me to die with honor.
You do not have my permission to die yet, MechWarrior. You can still help us secure Al-Shane. We are coming up on the power lines. Watch your step. You do not want your systems fried.
By one.
We have multiple contacts attempting to swarm your flanks.
We might get there in time. We got a minute left.
Thank you, Star Commander. All right, Onyx. Our road to you is
Oh,
clear.
we did it. We made it in
Advancing
time.
to your position.
New hostile detected.
We have second mechs popping out.
We are down to our last ammo, Bravo. We are about to lose all of our countermeasures.
Let me move some of these trees out of the way.
Hold out a bit longer. We will pull them off you.
Another down.
Whatever. I tried to clear some trees, but it didn't happen.
Got it. That mech signature is dead.
Incoming missile. Target destroyed.
All right, let's get the Jaeger mech.
Incoming missile. Heat critical.
Thank Kerensky.
Destroyed.
Do not thank him yet.
Scan mode engaged. Scan mode disengaged. New target. Target.
You bears ready to get out of here? Thank you for coming. It is our duty. Now, use what weapons are still online and help us put the rest of these spheroids in the ground.
All right, let's see what their star looks like. A gargoyle, a direwolf, a storm crow,
Incoming!
a mad dog. Oh, their lance is not bad. And they're in reasonable condition. Yeah, I'm gonna call camp on this. I don't think that team we destroyed would have been capable of destroying a star of these mechs. I don't think they actually needed our help.
Star detected. Centurion.
Long live MechWarrior, welcome to the show. Let me see if I can clear a shot up for this guy. We're gonna try to beat Ghost Bear today, that's the goal. That's the end of him. Maybe I can get behind this guy and just give him the old... Yeah, this is close enough.
Another down.
There we go. Okay, so we probably need to drop maybe 2 of these large lasers, and we need more heat sinks. Well, we gotta beat it in a timely manner because viewership drops every day. Every day a game comes out, the viewership gets weaker and weaker, so you want to try to beat it in a timely manner. I went ahead and overheated there. I just wanted to knock that Battlemaster out. Battlemaster's pretty dangerous. Now I'm going to use the Stormcrow for cover. Oh, there's some water there. Let me get in the water. I like how some of the mechs go down standing up. Can I knock them over?
What now?
Destroyed.
Oh, you clip right through them.
Northeast. We will shift there now.
Silverdale's about to be sent back to the Stone Age.
Star Captain, could Clan Ghost Bear really choose this system to station our forces?
Khan Jorgensen will decide once the Ghost Bear flag flies across Alshane. But we still have plenty of work to do to secure the system first.
Okay, let's go ahead and assign more people to get repairs. And then I guess the gargoyle will need the ammo, so let's send the gargoyle in.
That is a solid copy, Star Captain.
I could have done it all in one stream, but it came out a little bit late, and I didn't want to stay up. I didn't want to stay up excessively late, especially because I care more about the quality of my commentary rather than... Because, like, if I'm streaming for, like, 6 hours or more, I'll start to become very quiet because it actually takes a lot of stamina to constantly talk. It takes a lot of stamina to just constantly be enthusiastic, constantly come up with stuff to talk about. Like, it's very, like... you know, if you've been in retail, you know, you just get into this mood where you're just tired of talking, tired of greeting people, tired of going through the motions. Like, that's what happens if, like, the stream goes on too long. So I decided, you know, I'll do it in 2 streams rather than 1.
We need precision shots to take them out. Get it done, Star Captain.
Destroyed.
Just make sure the second do not hit me with any precision shots while I am working. Star Captain, be advised. Multiple enemy air assets bearing down on your position. I have ID'd a Sokol among them.
A Sokol, speak of the devil.
Razor 1, come in! Razor 1!
The entire star was obliterated.
Damn.
Wait, let's get in the water. Into the water.
Star Commander Rook, have your points hold in place. The water will bog you down. I am not giving their fighters any free shots.
Star Captain.
I feel like I'm not getting my water heat bonus.
Towers disabled.
Weapons.
Shit. We have company.
Is it deploying drones?
Heads up, heads up. Evade
What are these drones? It's deploying drones. Okay, let me get focused. All right, one thing. Let's knock out some of these. Let's knock some of these mechs out. That thing was like it was like deploying little combat drones. That was kind of cool. Yeah, I'm not getting. Even though this is water, I'm not getting my water cooling bonus.
Target verified. Going weapons free.
This water is fake. It's just decorative.
Another target down, Star Captain.
Get this like fake water out of my sight. Where's my cooling bonus? It's broth. It's actually, it is water. It's just really hot. It's really, really hot water. It's water that is so hot that it can maintain its state of matter as a liquid despite being extremely hot.
Target destroyed.
I want a refund. The water was fake.
New hostile
Oh god, look at all these guys.
Commando.
I mean, we're supposed to be the badass clan mech warriors with like long range capabilities, so why don't we just let them come to us?
Online.
I barely have any damage, so I kind of don't care if I'm the target.
That pilot just ejected.
Target. Weapons.
Yeah, let's go down. Down we go!
Destroyed.
Is this real water? Oh, okay, this is real water.
Scratched another
Not that fake water, except no substitute. This is real water. This is like the Dasani water, or it's like the core water. This is the expensive water.
Target.
target down.
Destroyed.
Target down.
I bet you won't come out now that I'm in the water.
Target destroyed.
Really? Do we have to get out of the water? Ugh.
Incoming missile. New target.
Wait, this person wants a taste of it.
Target destroyed.
Yes, go forth and get them, my munchkins. Go forth, munchkins!
Missile.
Okay, we're actually getting some value out of the water. Unfortunately, it looks like they want to fight on the sides of the bank rather than in the water, so...
Target destroyed. Target.
Hell of a shot, Star Captain.
That was super overkill on the heat there.
We need to keep moving through the valley. With all of their air assets, we cannot get extracted.
Okay, the good news is that we have a repair bay on the radar, but we gotta keep moving. Alright, Blue Gooner gang, it's time to form up.
The current might pull us right into Silverdale Hollow.
If we're the Blue Gooner gang, does that explain the white dots on their camo? Forget about Alpha Galaxy. They're the Edge Galaxy. A lone repair bay. Very interesting. I might not use it myself. My condition is reasonable. All right, I'm pretty sure Kodiak is going to go in. Yeah, the Kodiak could use the repairs. In you go.
You do not have to tell me twice.
Yep, in you go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh my god. Disentangle yourselves. Oh, you are literally stuck. You are literally stuck. There we go. Let him go. Let him through. Let him go. Mask your dumb ass over here. There we go. Here, you did it. You did it. No, go inside the repair bay.
Systems
Okay.
offline.
I'll do it myself if I have to.
Repairs complete.
All right, we're good to go. It took a bit of effort, a little bit of hand-holding, but we're good to go. Roy Cowboys, like, what did you miss? I don't remember when you took off. I guess the last most significant thing was the boss fight. Not sure if you were there for the boss fight. The giant tank thing? Okay, yeah, it's just been normal missions since the giant tank thing. Oh, I guess we're gonna drop down. Down we go. The good news is we're back in the water. The other good news is that our allied star is still up. They're pretty beat up, though.
Tara, keep watch of the cliffs. Call out any surprises.
Destroyed.
Af.
Passing the waterfall up ahead. Keep your eyes open.
Hostile detected. Generated.
This is a brawl all through this damn valley. Remember, Cub, it will look good on your codex, so step it up a notch. I know you have it in you.
Destroyed.
Another step closer to a blood name.
King Crab.
And I will earn it.
All right, let's get this king crab out of here.
Destroyed.
Sensors
Damn, they got it very nicely. I'll color me impressed.
Destroyed.
With the water assisting me, we're going to be able to waste these guys pretty easily.
Destroyed.
This thing is spicy even in the water. I probably need to knock off two of the ER lasers. Or the large lasers, rather. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 repair things in there. That's kind of interesting.
Target.
I mean, I'll take them.
Target.
I'm not complaining. I'll take them. Although 5 repair bays implies there's going to be a really big fight up ahead. Why else would they give me so many? This is basically the equivalent of Doom. Right before a boss in Doom, they just give you a whole bunch of ammo.
Executing order. Executing order.
Let's see if my dopey allies are capable of repairing themselves.
Systems offline. Field repair.
Can I shoot the ship? I didn't even know if there was a ship. Okay, they're making it here. I don't know why they're so far behind, but...
Another target down, Star Captain.
What did he shoot? Form up, team. Form up. Is everybody here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're all here. All right, we're moving out.
Advancing on target path, Star Captain.
All right, they didn't give us a bunch of repair bays for nothing. There's definitely going to be a fight. Red Eric says that the dam shouldn't be so far from the coast. I get the feeling they weren't too concerned about the realistic topography of how, like, a dam would interact with, like, a river.
Missile. Destroyed. New hostile detected.
Okay, we got something.
Hopper. New target.
The cargo is actually blocking my shots.
New hostile detected. Catapult.
I guess we'll just wait for Amir. It's not that big a deal. The catapult first.
Moving to fire. Brought that neck down.
More contacts in the skies! Strong. Spoke too soon. They're flanking another Sokol.
Another so-called. Good to know. Good to know.
Agree just in time. It is just us.
There's the so-called.
Shoot
Let's get the so-called last. Let's get all of the supporting battle mechs first. Also, let me get into the water so I can shoot more aggressively.
We're not out of the woods yet. Another enemy drop.
For our allies. Let us take them out.
Let's deal with the mechs first.
Weapon systems are hot. Moving to assault.
Taking them out as the closest ones will go first. Let's get the Black Knight.
Red down. Red down.
Then the Atlas.
Destroyed.
Then the Mauler.
Positioning for a clean shot.
Is that another so-called in the distance?
Destroyed. Target locked.
Target confirmed. Moving to engage, Star Captain.
Now we'll get the last of the mechs. The Zeus is going down.
Destroyed. New target.
Let's get the so-called, the one that's missing one of its turbines first.
That Sokol just hit the water.
So the so-called is like, even though it's like a sub-boss type of enemy, it's not worth prioritizing over mechs because like it doesn't really have that many weapons, to be totally honest. Like it has 2 PPCs. Like that's basically nothing.
Sensors are clear. Looks like they ran out of supplies.
So it's definitely worth it to ignore the so-calls and just shoot at them when it's convenient.
My points are still standing, Star Captain.
We can use the one last repair bay, unless this is the end of the mission. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the end of the mission, though. That was a pretty big fight. Okay, that was the end of the mission. Yeah, I felt so. That was a pretty big fight. We gotta be running out of missions, too, because, get some more weapon components. Because we're at 500 tons.
Denka, the bears have reached the outskirts of Silverdale. Should the Sword of Light turn and engage?
Taisa Tokto. What is your assessment? Do we have a chance at winning this fight?
Hi, Kanre Kurita. The Ghost Bears took heavy losses breaking through our ambush in the mountains, and have further split their forces attempting to chase down both the Alshane regulars and the Sword of Light simultaneously. If the Sword of Light was to come to the aid of the 6th Alshane, we could crush one of their detachments before turning to face the other.
But
victory will not come without heavy losses. We can beat back the bears, but not without sacrificing the Second's combat readiness for when the Smoke Jaguars come for Luthien.
understood. Begin withdrawing the second Sword of Light from the field. A victory here means nothing if the capital falls to the Jaguars. Activate the planetary militia to screen our retreat.
But what of the Alshane regulars?
Did I ask about them?
They will do their duty.
Hi, Denka.
That's what you get for being, like, regular. You're not special, you're just regular. And that's what happens. We don't, yeah, okay, we have no damage really to report of. We got 17 million smackaronis, basically. Let's go ahead and see if we need to buy bigger mechs. You know, we need to get, the Kodiak A, the Kodiak 5. Yeah, because this isn't an Omni mech. You know, it has different variants. Let's just buy them. Why not? Who's going to stop me from buying them? Are you going to try to stop me, chat, from buying them? Okay, let's get it. All right, Kodiak, Direwolf. Can we buy one more is the question. Then we'll have our first set of mechs ready. Okay, let's sell all of our heavy mechs that we don't need them anymore. We're sending them back. We're sending them back. And then let's get that Direwolf. Why is this Direwolf so much less expensive than this Execution? Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. Boom. All right, we've got it. This is our first 500-ton star. Let's go ahead and tune some of these mechs, though. This mech was too hot. So we're going to knock one large laser off. We're going to knock another large laser off. Let me put the armor, like that, because, you know, the critical slots are not, you know, they're not balanced very well. That'll allow us to sneak another double heatsink in. The problem is we are running out of critical slots to do much of anything. Oh, I can put a double heatsink here. Okay, so we have 5 tons. What can we do at 5 tons? if I remove armor, that we're still like, we're still having the same problem. Maybe it's time to upgrade some of these lasers. Okay, so what we're gonna do is go into medium lasers. Which still doesn't necessarily fix our issues. Upgrade this into a full thing of armor. A full thing of armor. It's annoying that what if we just had single heat sinks as well, you know? What if we could have single heat sinks? A targeting computer? Question mark? There. Put the targeting computer in. We literally need 0.5 tons. You know what? We're just going to be missing 0.5 tons. There we go. And now we'll apply it to this one. And now we can take a look at these Kodiaks to see what the differences between them are. So this one has a Gauss rifle. It's basically, well, it doesn't have the missiles. The missiles are what's different about it. We got a bunch of lasers over here. The large laser. The bunch of lasers over here. So this is like the same thing, but without the missiles. Is that a problem, I guess is the question? Like, personally, I'm not a fan of the Gauss rifle. It's not exactly what I'm into. So, instead, let's do... We're going to put an AC-20 on. What do you guys want? Do you want LBX AC-20? LBX AC-20 solid slug? Or do you want LBX or Ultra AC? What do you guys want to put on as a main gun? What, the first person to write something, the first person to comment is what I will choose. Okay, LBX AC it is then. LBX AC-20. Now what we're going to do is remove a bunch of these. In fact, let's just strip everything. No, strip everything. C. LBX AC-20. There we go. Let's go ahead and add the ammo in. That's step one. So we want probably 4 tons of LBX AC ammo. Put it in the feet. Then, let's go ahead and do some large lasers. Let's do 4. 4 large lasers. No, it's too many. 2 large lasers. Let's try to be reasonable this time around. Let's do some medium lasers. Let's just do 6. I think 6 is enough. I don't think we need more than 6. Now, we can come back and add more. Let's add in some heat sinks first. We'll see if we need more, but, like, let's add some heat sinks first. Then we'll see. Okay, I don't want to use that one. I want to use this for the energy weapons, possibly. Let me put more lasers in. A double heatsink. Another laser and another heatsink? That seems, I mean, it looks a little spicy. Looks a little spicy, let me tell you. We'll try it. We'll see. It might be too hot, but we'll try it. Okay. Now for this one. This one looks interesting. So this one has multiple autocannons. That's kind of interesting. Okay. Then it's got less lasers in the arms. Okay. I think that's fine, actually. I kind of like this one. I kind of like this one in the stock setup. That's kind of... I kind of like this one just the way it is. How much ammo does it have, though? And the ammo is in the feet already. Pulse lasers? Nah, we don't need pulse lasers. Let's put in small lasers. Just as something as some close range defense. And then that means, do we want... I don't think we want ammo in the center torso. Because this weapon is very important that we don't run out of ammo. So I'm going to go ahead and double it up. And then I think what I will do is I'll add a half ton of armor here. And a half ton of armor here. There we go. All right. So which one do you want me to try out? Do you want me to try out the DACA Bear with the 4 LBX AC5s, or do you want me to try out the this was the like, which one is this? The Hot Mech. This will be called the Hot Bear. How do I change its name? The Hot Bear. Which one should you want to see? The like the lasers with the AC-20 or the quadruple LBX? You want to see the AC-20 one? Okay, we'll do the AC-20 one. This is a terrible idea. There's no way this is gonna work. Oh well. Let's check our EXP real fast. I guess we'll do that. What else do you do? None of this really matters. Active probe, missiles. Sure, whatever you say. Rick, I mean, you're at death's door, basically. Yeah, just grab one of these. You'll be fine. Melee. Energy weapons. There we go. Missile cooldown. They're ballistics. We use ballistics. Samuel. Oh, here we go. Handling speed, I guess. Evasion? Oh, I should have done evasion. It's not a big deal. It doesn't matter. Heat management. All right, everything is done. I think we're good.
Are we finished hibernating, Star Captain?
Gustav said he has an important update.
Yes.
Do not keep us in suspense.
My source within Silverdale informed me they discovered the main spaceport will soon be operational again.
You are certain? Our last scans showed it was still down.
It appears they had backup fusion reactors and orbital solar collectors used in tandem to feed power back into the system.
And the second are still falling back into the city?
They are trying to flee.
And 3 Union dropships will be waiting for them here, at the spaceport.
Any word on when those dropships will be launch ready?
Power has not fully been restored to the spaceport yet. My source indicates there is a 3 to 5 hour window to stop them before they can launch out.
It appears we do not have as much time as we thought.
They have forces stationed on the outskirts of the city, defending every entry point.
Naturally.
There is also a heavy concentration of forces inside the city, with a massive force said to be guarding the dropships.
Air support?
They have fighters patrolling the perimeter.
Ah, so it is a gauntlet all the way into the city.
F. Our best chance is to slice through their guards at each access point. From there, we will engage the bulk of the second forces inside the city trying to buy time for their dropships. Star Commander Rook, your elemental points will insert from the outskirts at the eastern point. Star Colonel Zung will lead his bears in from the south. I will lead Bravo from the west. We roll over every second unit until we reach the dropships and deny their takeoff.
We have seen some hot zones on this rock, but they will offer up the most resistance we have faced yet.
Are you requesting to stay behind, Samuel?
I have walked into hell with you many times, Star Captain. Not going to stop now.
Then I will contact Star Colonel Zung and inform him of the plan of attack. Everybody gear up and make sure you are ready to deploy. We have a narrow window to ground those dropships, and I have no desire to report mission failure to Sakan Kabrinsky. Kuyaf?
Understood. We will see it done, Star Captain.
Okay. So there's one last thing I want to do. I don't know if I set my weapon groups. So let's do that real fast. Weapon groups time. LBX autocannon in group 1. Large lasers in group 2. This is way too many medium lasers. This is a terrible idea. This mech is going to be... This is going to be one hot mech. This is a terrible idea. All right, this one needs to be weapon groups. So all of the LBX ACs, probably 2 groups, actually. And then the small lasers are just here as, like, you know, some point defense. And then that. I feel a little more confident in that build than this one. But, oh, well. All right, let's do this. Maybe the medium lasers won't. I mean, like, the medium lasers were really spicy last time. We'll see what happens. Like, these mechs constantly are running out of critical slots is the main problem. Does the Kodiak kind of look like an Atlas? Yeah, it kind of does, actually.
We have been going back and forth with the second for most of our time here. We will enter Silverdale and stop them cold.
The crew rolling up, me and the boys.
Kabrinsky is counting on us. Our clan is counting on us. And we will not fail them.
Wait a second, I need to see something.
Status check?
Charlie is holding at the eastern attack point. Awaiting your signal, Star Captain.
It has ears. Look at that. It has little bear ears.
Just give us the green light.
Commands, execute your objectives.
Star Captain Lilith, permission to speak on a private channel.
Yeah, it has bear ears.
I looked for you before we deployed.
Exactly. Red Eric stole it out of my mouth. Ghost Bear confirmed furries.
For my outburst in the canyon and questioning you on the ship.
Fulfill your duty out here, and then we will talk.
Thank you, Star Captain.
You may not be thanking me once you begin paying off your honor debt.
All right, we've got a direwolf with us, so we cannot go at full speed. You know, we're going to travel at 48. This feels like, so far, this mission kind of feels like a repeat of, you will see how it plays out, but it feels very familiar to the one where Perez blows up Edo. That's not as much heat as I thought it was going to generate. Oh, maybe this mech will be more sustainable than I thought. I'm sure it won't be once we get shooting. Let's check the spread on this weapon. Seems like it could be decent.
Short range is already picking activity up ahead, Star Captain.
Guards protecting their friends.
They are about to fail their objective. Go weapons hot, Bravo. We barge through them.
What about Clan Blood Spirit? They're not an animal. They're the only non-furries. That's the real reason they were destroyed. Your house has offended me.
New hostile detected. Commando.
That's the real reason why Blood Spirit was destroyed.
Target is finished, Star Captain.
Target.
Hostile obliterated.
Okay. Like, I'm kind of liking this mech so far. Like, you know, we got to fight some real enemies, but so far.
We're still engaging their units on the southern pass. We will be there as soon as we deal with them.
New target.
I have a clear view of the city.
Detected.
Let's stop here and use our range to our advantage. We got a blackjack.
Sensors are going off.
Watch out! LRMs!
Commands, be careful on approach. They have long-range weapons to try and hold us off.
New target.
Roger that. Copy that. Heads up! Incoming fighters!
Target.
Looks like the buildings were mostly abandoned.
Target.
Freebirths are leaving this rock.
Target.
They do not care if they raise the entire region on the way out.
Target. Destroyed.
They have more friends dropping in from the surrounding.
All right, so far so good. So far so good.
They're going to try and turn this entire city into a kill box.
Griffin.
Their guards are down.
Let us keep moving. The Eye in the Sky just sent me a data update. The dropships have yet to power up, but it is only a matter of time.
Mech destroyed. Mech destroyed.
So far, we haven't really needed to use the LBX autocannon, but once we get into the city, I'm confident that will change.
Ah, target sighted. Moving to fire, Star Captain.
Nailed that mech. Pilot just bailed out.
Even just with the lasers, like, this is good damage, even with just the lasers on their own.
No way that was the last of them.
Not on short range yet.
Give it time. This is the second's last gasp, but they are still breathing.
We need to keep bleeding their forces.
Bravo, we have reached the city.
Try and get in range of the drop.
Man, we already have repair bays. Did they think I was going to take more damage? Like, that wasn't really that many enemies.
I want all of your units to form a perimeter around the outskirts of the city. I want to make sure none of their friends try and sneak up on us.
Scanning complete.
On my way.
Scan.
I kind of don't want to grab these. I kind of want to, like, you know, if we take more damage, maybe we'll fall back to these.
Copy that. You heard him, Bravo. The second will mount an all-or-nothing push to buy enough time for launch. We must deny them.
Wait, I need to slow down.
Disengaged.
There is significant activity up ahead.
They know we are coming. With me, Jonathan. Let us grind them down. You say you will never pass up a chance to earn glory for Clan Ghostbear. This battlefield is crawling with them. Take them. I will not miss.
There is a swarm of dragons trying to shield those dropships. Ghost bears, show them that it is not enough.
Scan mode. Disengaged.
We punch through.
Yes, show the buildings who's boss. Yes, destroy the buildings and definitely not them.
Targets will not be standing for long. Moving to fire.
Destroyed. New target.
Designated target on scope. Shifting to hit it.
Destroyed.
Enemy mech down.
Scan mode engaged.
These are, not the most ferocious enemies the second could be sending. A bunch of light mechs.
New hostile detected.
Direct hit! That pilot just ejected!
Target.
Yes, attack one at a time. It's very effective. If you keep attacking one at a time, that will optimize your chances of defeating us for sure.
Roger that. Positioning for a clean shot.
Destroyed. New target.
Target confirmed. Moving to engage, Star
This guy's
Captain.
fancy. He's an elite.
Mech is offline.
It still hasn't been that much close combat, surprisingly. We haven't allowed him to get very close. I haven't had a good opportunity to use the LBX AC.
Scan mode engaged. Scan salvage. Marked for pickup.
Weapon systems are hot. Moving to assault.
We've got a blackjack and a spider.
Contact destroyed.
More elite pilots as well.
Destroyed.
Gotta lead your shot a little bit on the LBX, I noticed. A little annoying when used in combination with the lasers.
Will not be standing for long. Moving to fire.
These are all elite pilots, so they have massive damage reduction.
Mech destroyed.
New hostile detected. Jaegermate.
Right on the mark, Star Captain. That pilot is punching out.
I know I detected another mech somewhere around over here.
New hostile detected.
There it is. We got a grasshopper.
Maneuvering for a shot. Threat neutralized.
He punched me. Like, that's the closest we've gotten to a mech in a while. It does mean LBX time, though. Max Thunder says, what's your opinion on the weapons? Could you be a little more specific? It's hard for me to quantify things while I'm in the middle of combat. It's hard to fight and talk at the same time. But, like, if you ask a more specific weapon, I can probably answer. I don't need flamers on me, that's for sure.
Got it. That mech signature is dead.
Destroyed.
Target verified. Firing.
Don't want to lose my arm because that is where I have some of my weapons. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a repair bay, and I'll let the rest of the star handle it. They're in pretty good condition, so I think I can handle it. Or I'll trust them on it. Hopefully they don't get their ass kicked just for a moment of me stepping away.
Demolish that mech.
New hostile detected. Rifleman. New target.
Maneuvering for
Take out that Zeus. All right, now I can get back in there. So you're asking, can you use weapons besides energy weapons? It does seem like you can.
Mech down. Target confirmed. Moving to engage, Star Captain.
Like, they buffed some of the weapons up so that they're stronger?
Star Captain.
Rock
I've had a lot of luck with LBX autocannons, especially the LBX AC5. The another weapon system that was working pretty well was the Ultra AC2 on the Rifleman was also surprisingly doing well.
We'll execute.
We need to keep moving to get in firing range of the dropships.
You heard her, Bravo. On the Star Captain. Star Captain. There are more second troops dropping in from the surrounding cliffs. We will try and hold them off as long as we can.
Thank you, Rook.
Target. Target destroyed.
Fortunately, I saved my arm. Some of the weapons were destroyed, but that kind of isn't a big deal, as we do still overheat.
These unions. Let them have it. We cannot allow a single one of them to get
Less weapons technically means that I could just fire my weapons more aggressively.
Destroyed.
You smoked that target, Star Captain.
I'm just gonna have to deal with these guys. Oh, I guess I did lose the arm there. That's a little annoying, but like I said, the mech was still overheating, so maybe less weapons will just mean we don't overheat as easily.
Hell of a shot, Star Captain.
Incoming missile. Target.
I sure would like it if they provided me a little bit of cover, so I'm gonna fall back.
Archer.
And I'm going to use one of the repair bays because I do have an armor breach to go through.
Destroyed.
Got that one?
Target.
All right, take out that Marauder for me while I go and repair. That would be great if you guys could do that.
Red down, red down.
Scan mode engaged. Scanning complete. Scan mode.
Yeah, so they destroyed one of the arms, unfortunately, but we still have most of our weapons. Yeah, we still have the large laser, and we still have 4 of the medium lasers. And most importantly, we have the LBX AC-20. Max Thunder says ballistics and missiles were not very good. Yeah, they did a balancing pass on it. Piranha Games said they agreed that, like, the missile weapons and the ballistic weapons were not being used very much. I think the issue is that they just don't translate well from the tabletop. Like, the tabletop damage numbers, they don't necessarily translate that. They don't translate perfectly into the action game. So they went ahead and just buffed some of the weapons up. Like, the LBX AC5 was doing like 7 damage instead of 5. The LBX AC2 was doing like 3.5 damage instead of 2.
New hostile detected.
Target there.
Got a Shadowhawk in the distance.
Target.
And a Thunderbolt.
Missile.
Target confirmed. Moving to engage, Star Captain.
Incoming missile.
Red down, red down.
Target. Incoming missile. Target destroyed.
Looks like there's even more repair bays. Why is my team so slow? Why are you so far behind me? It's like I need them to engage as a group. We got a quick draw in there. We've got a grasshopper in there. All right, here's our first target. We got a quick draw coming around the side.
Come on, keep up the pressure, keep up the pressure.
Okay, since we have repair bays here, it's gonna be fine for us. It's fine for me to take some damage. If they focus on me, I'll just go repair and undo the damage. Looks like Lil Bro's getting a little confused there. What is that little thing there? Is that like some kind of weird... There's a mech here.
Direct hit. That pilot just ejected.
Scan mode disengaged.
All right, I'm probably going to take one of the repairs.
Their dropships are taking off. Be advised, the Second's dropships are taking off. Zakon Gabrinsky, this is Star Captain Lilith. The Second's dropships have made it out of Silver Hill.
Scan salvage. Marked replicant. Scan mode disengaged.
I sure hope I don't need to do anything at this exact moment, because I really want to patch up.
Star Captain, we have more company.
The Second? Neg, ID tag, say it is the planetary militia.
And it looks like a shit ton of them.
Star Commander Rook, we could use your help.
There's a massive force of militia units streaming in from the eastern path.
Then turn around and hold that path. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes, Star Captain.
Our numbers have taken a serious hit. A lot of great warriors have gone down.
They earned themselves a glorious death.
And lines in the remembrance.
We will all be dead if we do not get these bastards under control. We should split our forces, Star Captain.
Ghost Bear not acting so badass suddenly. Getting attacked by, like, civilian militia. I don't have a waypoint. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, they're here.
Maneuvering for a shot.
This elite battle master is part of their civilian militia? What kind of civilian militia is that?
Blasted that mech to pieces.
Oh, he's got a battle axe. Keep him away. I think the plan is I'll go ahead and be the target that they focus on, and then I'll go take a repair.
Mech destroyed.
I think that's the plan. I'll let them focus fire on me, then we'll repair.
Racked another kill.
Target.
Those choppers did not have a chance.
New hostile detected.
An annihilator, fancy.
Shredded that
Oh
mech.
my god, we just wasted that thing. We just have so many large lasers. Got a catapult coming in.
Maneuvering for a shot.
Let's just get this cicada out of here. You know, it's a little bit distracting. Nice. A Black Knight. Let's get the catapult. We'll use the building to cover us. And awesome. We got the Black Knight. Why is the music so loud? I can barely hear myself. Let me go ahead and scan this real fast.
Star Captain Lilith, come in.
That was it?
I hear you, Sakan. The Alshane planetary militia have overrun our position. I know. I just saw orbital scans of the area. We also intercepted a radio transmission after the second's escape. They intend to reinforce the 6th in the mountains. They will join forces with the planetary militia and hit us. I need your forces to deny their advance. We have our hands full with the 6th. We cannot withstand an attack on our flanks. Understood, Sakan.
Hang on, Star Captain. My long-range scanners are picking something up. We have an inbound enemy craft.
Strafag, we are in no condition to fend off another attack. Any idea what is bearing in on us, Rick?
Nag, it is not ranged in close enough for my scanners to ID it. But it is massive enough to trigger a proximity alert so far out from our sector.
Which means we need to brace ourselves.
I am tracking it. It is incoming beyond the waterfront.
Something big.
Divert all auxiliary power to your mech's offensive measures so we can shoot down what is coming. Rick, transmit a quick update to Sakan Kabrinsky via your computer. Inform her we need to neutralize the target before we can advance to the bridge.
Oh, that's cool. Look at how it dangles.
Transmission sent.
That's a cool detail.
Time is against us, Bravo. Let us turn back whatever is coming. On me.
All right, we're proceeding at direwolf speeds. Really? It's 1 kilometer away? Well, all right, boys. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of a chat on the way there. You know, the Blue Gooner gang's got to, it's going to take a moment to, like, make its way. Apparently, we got something really big over there. What's it going to be? Rob thinks it might be a ship. Rob was expecting a Halo Reach moment. Yeah, a final stand. Yeah, that was not really that many enemies, I will say that. Oh, am I munching these things up? Oh, no, you don't crunch them up. You kind of walk over them. Yeah, I was expecting a little bit more. I'm a little surprised I lost an arm somewhere earlier in the battle. Fortunately, the amount of weapon systems we have remaining have still been doing the job. The main value I provide at the moment is distracting. I mean, obviously I have better aim than my allies, but one of the big things I do is the enemy likes to focus on me, which is good.
No sign of it.
All right, what are we fighting? You think it's the big tray?
Closing in fast. It just looks like a transport carrier.
I transmitted a request to the Eye in the Sky back on the ship. They are in the process of conducting a full scan of the craft. I just received an initial scan.
What are we dealing with?
Scan shows it is equipped with significant offensive measures.
How significant?
Armed to the teeth, cannons, missiles, and Freebirth is outfitted with a goddamn orbital cannon.
Detected.
Shit. We're right out in the open.
Bravo, fall back to the city. Move, move.
Okay, I guess we're fighting this thing. It's called a Caspian.
What is our plan to take it out?
Aim for the turbines.
It does not hit us before we can figure out a way to attack it.
We took out the crawler, but it was on the ground.
That is why we will set ourselves in defensive positions inside the city and get to cover long enough to find a way to neutralize it.
Buildings will not
It has an orbital laser. Wow.
Scans show it has not begun charging up to fire. We have
Let's finish off this turbine, and then maybe we'll try to disable the main laser on it.
those repair bays back online.
Consider it done.
That laser does a lot. We need to get into the city. The city will allow us to break the line of sight on the laser.
Update on this craft. Designation Caspian.
What are you doing? Form up on me, you idiots! I'm not fighting this thing by myself.
And like the Iron Talon, we had no idea they had this thing in rotation.
It is probably a science experiment conducted by these spheroids. Inactive until now.
Equipping a heavy VTOL with an orbital cannon. An amazing feat of engineering that will be for nothing after we destroy it.
Alright, I'm going to go and,
Just received a scan updating the area, Bravo. We have
I gotta get a repair bay real fast.
Could help inflict damage on that thing. Or at least distract it.
advancing to flip them online. Stand by.
Systems.
Heads up. It is deploying mechs too.
Field repairs.
Mind your short-range scanners, Bravo. Do
Okay.
not let them sneak up on
Repairs are good. I need my lance, not my lance. I need the star to assist me with this. I'm stuck on something. What are those? We got some pesky turrets.
The city contains a laser cannon emplacement nearby.
That could even the odds a bit.
Moving to activate it. Just received a third scan.
Weak points.
The tilt rotors are heavily armored, but they are priority targets. But we need to concentrate fire on that orbital cannon. It is our primary focus, or this will not be much of a fight.
Damn, these cannons are powerful. They've got a lot of armor.
Target.
Didn't it say it dropped a mech off? Okay, we got one of the turbines. Now that we got that one turbine we banged up, let's try to knock out the main cannon.
Target.
We have more enemy mechs hitting the ground, Bravo.
What is this thing over here? This thing we need to activate.
Turrets are ready.
Oh, okay, okay. The turrets are on our side now. Let's get rid of these mechs.
Clean shot.
New hostile detected. Highland.
Send another to the scrap heap.
All right, I got to get another repair bay. I'll trust the rest of the star to do some damage there.
Enemy mech down.
Just target something on the boss while I repair.
Field repairs complete.
There we go. There's the... Alright, I'm gonna have him target the orbital laser.
Weapons free.
Wait, there's a thing over here. Let's scan that thing over there on the... There's like an icon. Makes it seem important. Oh, this is a long scan.
Bravo. Just received word that our warship has reached firing range and is preparing to attack.
Fighting fire with fire.
Okay, this mech is basically trash, so we're gonna switch to something else.
Took a full blast. Left torso is fried.
Target area is clear. Our warship is firing.
Gotta knock its main weapons out. This turret is almost down. Once we get the SRM launcher down, all right, we got it.
Great job, Bravo. But we have no time to rest. Just received an SOS ping from Sakan Kabrinsky looking for an update.
The militia are pouring in from all directions, Star Captain. Our position will soon be overrun.
Star Colonel Zung, the Sakan needs us to hold the bridge
Okay.
out of the city. Our tanks are near.
I'm guessing this is the end, but I'm gonna grab a repair bay just in case.
We are pinned. We cannot move. We cannot move.
Copy that, Star Colonel. Good luck.
That thing, the thing about that was the laser. Like, that orbital laser does a ton of damage. It just cuts right through you.
Point Commander Zarna, bow to them and assist Star Commander Rook. Are you certain? Go. They need all the help they can get. Roger that, Star Captain.
I feel like they may have drawn some inspiration from
Happy for the help, Point Commander Zarna.
Armored
Samuel,
Core,
switch to private.
which is not a bad thing.
Switching now.
It falls on our shoulders. The Third cannot help us. And we cannot allow that force to ambush the Sakan and the other bears.
The five of us cannot hold off a force that size, no matter how elite we are.
No. But we can slow them down. I think all of us have earned an honorable end. Except the Cub. I think he deserves a chance to win that blood name. What do you think?
I think you learned to fight from some of the finest Ghost Bear warriors in our clan. But truth be told, I never expected to survive the clawing ritual. So maybe we will make it out alive once again.
Perhaps the Father will help us through this one. But I will settle for stopping the spheroids from killing our brothers and sisters.
If this is it, I will not miss the downtime or the briefings. I just wish we could have been around long enough to reach Terra and take our rightful place as the Ill Clan.
Just to ensure Clan Wolf does not take the mantle.
If we do not make it, we will give Bravo command back to Star Colonel Besla, and Jonathan will be her problem.
Hi. But I am not ready to give Bravo back to Star Colonel Besla just yet. We are elite warriors of Clan Ghost Bear. Let us go prove it once again.
I follow your lead, as always, Star Captain.
Switching back to main channel. Bravo! We need to get to that bridge, now!
Okay. So, the mech that went down probably won't be available for the next mission. But we might be able to buy some more big mechs.
We will
or
make our
this could have
stand
been the
here.
end.
We could always blow the ridge line. All their advanced coal.
Neg, it will take too long.
What other choice do we have?
None. The Third Bear guards are tied down. We are all that is left.
Star Captain, your orders?
You all heard the Sakan. If the militia breaks through, they will link up with the regulars and overwhelm her position. We need to buy Aletha every second that we can to finish the regulars and secure this world. Our entire clan is counting on us.
What are we waiting for? There's some good cover over there. We can draw them in, right into a kill box.
Not you.
What?
Someone needs to warn the Sakan that this position will not hold forever, and that she needs to finish them off before it is too late.
No, I need to be here. With you. With all of you.
You do not need to die here with us. Live. And earn a legacy worthy of a good death. This is our time. Not yours. Go, MechWarrior. That is an order.
Yes. Star Captain.
He didn't put much of a fight up, did he?
Your sacrifice will not be in vain.
To think, after all we went through, some no-name militia would be the ones to do us in.
Speak for yourself. I do not plan to die to such free-birth rabble. At least, not without a fight.
If we hold the line, this world will be ours. A new home for all of the clan. I cannot think of a more honorable death.
For the Silver Root.
For the Silver Root.
For the Silver Root.
For the Silver Root!
They busted. This is the end of their edging.
It is time.
Today we come to honor the furriest of gooners. Those who gooned longer than anyone
This
else.
evening, we honor the lives of the fallen, whose sacrifices ensured the Ghost Bear's victory here. When this invasion started, the Ghost Bear struggled with the enormity of the task laid upon us. But those early mistakes galvanized us all into achieving something greater. Despite the hardships we faced, that dedication now sees us standing on one of the greatest prizes of the clan invasion. Not just a world taken for glory, but one that rivals the material value of our greatest holdings in the Kerensky cluster. We now commit these bodies to their final rest, and commit their memories to the remembrance, so that all may know of their deeds on behalf of the clan, and of their victory here, that will help lead us all into salvation. Selah.
Selah! this it? Is this our destiny as warriors?
For those of us who spent the prime of our lives, trapped on the homeworlds, daring to dream of one day returning home to the Inner Sphere, perhaps. But you were young. And now know the true cost our clan paid to return from exile and take a world such as this. A world where your generation will have a chance to do more than fight, but build towards one day making this place a true home for our people. That was Lilith's final gift to you. A chance to reshape this world. And carve out the Ghost Bear's true legacy within the Inner Sphere. Can you imagine it? What this place may become?
I think I can. And it is glorious.
So I think this is the end. As usual, I'll give you my reaction. You know, I'll give my react and my final rating. Okay, so that was the end of the first major DLC for MechWarrior 5, Clans, the Ghost Bear Flash Storm. So I thought maybe we would be told why it was called the Ghost Bear Flash Storm, but I have no idea. To this day, I still don't know why they called it the Ghost Bear Flash Storm. There was one mission where they mentioned a flash storm occurred. I guess it's supposed to be like the Ghost Bear Blitz or something. They could have just called it the Ghost Bear. It's neither here or there. It's not that big of a deal. So, what do I think about Ghost Bear? If you guys have any questions, feel free to throw any questions out and I will answer them as I give my reaction. So for starters, I would say Ghost Bear is probably better than Smoke Jaguar campaign, and there's two reasons for this. I actually got a bit bored of the Smoke Jaguar campaign because it felt a bit repetitive. There were too many missions that were basically doing the same thing. And because there's not a lot of progression in the game, it kind of just felt like I was just grinding up enemies needlessly, and I wasn't really going anywhere. Like, there's like 30-something missions in the Smoke Jaguar campaign, and I actually felt like it wore out its welcome. Like, it started going on too long. There were too many missions of just go here and kill a thing, go there and kill a thing, and there weren't enough weapons and mechs in order to keep it interesting. So Ghost Bear has the advantage that it doesn't last too long, and I think that actually works in its favor because you're less likely to get kind of burned out of the campaign. So for example, I've always felt that in a linear campaign, or in a campaign in general, the campaign should end when the content ends. If there's no new weapons to unlock, if there's no new enemies to fight, that's when you need to wrap up the campaign. Do not let your campaign go a whole lot longer than the last of the new weapons to try out, the last of the new enemies to fight. A good example of that is Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5 introduces either new weapons or new enemies that you have never fought before, all the way up to the very final mission, which includes a unique final boss. And that's a really good example of they are constantly just throwing something a little bit new, and you never get to the point where you're just kind of grinding through the game with nothing new to use or nothing new to fight against. Compare that to something like Halo. As much as I like Halo, there are stretches of the game where you've used every single weapon. There are no new weapons to try. You have seen all of the enemies, but there still might be like 4 or 5 more levels where, yes, you're doing different things in the levels, but you're still just grinding your way through essentially the same enemies with the same weapons, and I find that to start getting boring. It's not like an RPG game where you're constantly leveling up, you're constantly customizing, so you're constantly building to something bigger. So that's one of the big advantages that Ghost Bear has. Because the campaign is shorter, it doesn't feel like it wears out its welcome. Like, think about when we got to 500 tons. I think you had 500 tons for 3 missions, maybe 4 missions at the most, and they had 2 surprise boss fights that were completely different than anything in the Jaguar campaign, and those 2 surprise boss fights were way more in-depth than anything in the Jaguar campaign. So in a smaller campaign of 8 to 10 hours, they put in their 2 most interesting boss fights. One was the Talon, which was basically a giant land battleship. That's the best way to describe it. And then the second was the Caspian, a brand new, basically like a assault gunship, essentially, just a massive gunship. Are these weapon systems canon to BattleTech? Probably not. I don't think they exist, but I also kind of just don't care. I think the universe of BattleTech is big enough and expansive enough that such weapons could probably exist. They're plausible. And I think as long as they're plausible, then I think it's okay to add some non-canon or like it's probably considered apocryphal. Apocryphal things are things that are not verified to exist, but plausibly could exist. And I have no problem with them adding stuff like that because that's the kind of stuff that the game needs. One of the weaknesses of the MechWarrior formula is that it is unevolved. That's the problem with, like, if you go back and play MechWarrior 2, 3, or 4, it is the exact same game, and there's very little evolution to the formula. This is what the game needed. It needed some unusual things that if you've never really seen in the game before, like I said, the tank, the giant Talon tank, that is something I would have expected to see in Armored Core, and it is not a bad thing to borrow ideas from another game because you did not fight it like an Armored Core boss, because in Armored Core it's a very agile game. You fought it like a BattleTech. You had to you dismantled it similarly to how you might fight an Armored Core boss, but you did it in a MechWarrior way, and I think that's a really good idea. Like, that's something that's long been, even though it spawned enemies, it generated enemies, it did it in a way that was believable. Like, okay, it's a massive land battleship, so yeah, of course, it might have some battle mechs in it that drop out of it. I think that was perfectly fine. Destroy the treads, kill the vents. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And then the Caspian, I don't really care if it was like, oh, is this plausible within the lore? I don't know the technical details of the technology to really answer a question like that. All I know is that was a really cool idea, especially you could hack the turrets to get the turrets to help you. I don't know what the satellite did, but the satellite was pretty neat. Adara asks, will this be the last DLC? I have no idea. PGI does not, they're not very forthcoming with information, so that is, I just don't know the answer to that. I think the only people who know the answer to that is Piranha Games. So the funny thing is, overall, I definitely think this was a huge step up, and even though it's a shorter campaign, I actually would have preferred this as the main campaign rather than the Jaguar campaign, because like I said, although the Jaguar campaign had more hours of content, it was repetitive. The problem with MechWarrior 5 Clans is 2 things. And they're kind of like, they have synergy, but it's bad synergy. You don't want this. This is synergy for something bad. The first problem is that I do think it gets repetitive. That's not good. You don't want things to be repetitive. And 2, it still lacks content. And so basically, if you're repetitive and you lack content, that is a bad combination, a bad synergy. The thing that's missing from Clans that MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries has is the procedural generation. That's the reason why on the MechWarrior Reddit, maybe 1 to 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks after Clans came out, you stopped seeing a lot of posting on the Reddit about Clans, and you started seeing posting about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, despite it being like 5 years old. Why is that? It's because people got bored of Clans because there's no procedural generation. It's just like MechWarrior 2. You could throw MechWarrior 2 in on an emulator, and it will be the exact same game than it was because there is no procedural generation. Same with MechWarrior 4. If you throw MechWarrior 4 Mercenaries in, you download it from MechTech, it is the exact same game. There is no randomness to it. It will be the same enemies in the same missions, in the same configurations every single time. And you might say, well, doesn't that mean that the missions are more high quality and handcrafted? Sure. But they have very strong diminishing returns. And that's why we saw people stop posting about Clans and go back to Mercenaries, because Mercenaries has a more sustainable system of content. What Clans needed, they needed a campaign as long as Ghost Bear. It doesn't need to be much longer than that, but then have some kind of a career mode where you get to like fight as a clan mech warrior and have procedural generation. You need way more mechs as well. Clans launched with 16 mechs. MechWarrior 5 Mercs launched with over 50. We added 8 more mechs, so we went from 16 to 32. That's decent. Even with this DLC, though, it is still actually less mechs than MechWarrior 5 launched with. They launched with over 50 mechs. So what should Clans have actually been? Clans should have been a massive expansion, a standalone expansion for MechWarrior 5, where you could buy Clans and play the campaign alone, but if you also owned MechWarrior 5, you could they would link and plug into each other, and it would add the Clan career campaign to add all the Clan tech and all the Clan mechs into MechWarrior 5. That way you have, that solves the problem with both. It adds a ton of content to MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. You have a whole new tier of technology to progress through, but then it also adds what's missing from Clans, the like, you know, unlimited replayability to the game. That's what Clans really needed. So while on one hand, I think Ghost Bear is a pretty good expansion, the problem is that it should have just been the campaign, and you need to pay basically like $70 to play Ghost Bear, because you need to buy Clans, and then you need to buy Ghost Bear. And I would say the Ghost Bear experience was I would say the Ghost Bear experience was better than the Smoke Jaguar experience, but like that's a lot of money for the experience, like $70. So this is what I would say. My opinion on Ghost Bear is that it has the same weaknesses of Clans. Although it was a pretty fun campaign, I enjoyed going through it, I doubt I will replay it. Just because I've already experienced it. Could I play some of the mechs in different ways? Sure. I could, but I explored quite a few of the mechs as it is. Maybe I could get another half of a playthrough out to explore some of the other mech designs, or I could just run the simulator just to explore the mech designs, but I'm not progressing towards anything. I'm not building up a big, roster of mechs in MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. I'm not collecting hero mechs. I'm not collecting all of these weapons to progress into, because the Clans already have the best mechs. They already have the best weapons. There's nothing to progress into, and so basically, this is my opinion on Ghost Bear. If you did not like Clans because you felt it was repetitive, because it felt like it didn't have enough replayability, then Ghost Bear is not going to win you over, because it shares the same problems with MechWarrior 5 Clans. On the other hand, if you liked Clans, if you really enjoyed that kind of handcrafted campaign experience, and you didn't mind that maybe you're not going to get 1,000 hours of gameplay out of Clans as opposed to MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, then yes, you'll absolutely like Ghost Bear, and I would definitely recommend getting Ghost Bear for the MechWarrior who that's what you would feel. The mechs that they added, some of them are useless. Like the Fire Moth, I mean, obviously if you're a specialist in light mechs, you could probably use the Fire Moth through it, but I think most people probably will not use the Fire Moth. Maybe you can use it in the Jaguar campaign if the mechs transfer over. That would be a better time to use the Fire Moth. Same with the Jenner, because when the Ghost Bear campaign begins, you're already moving into heavy mechs, so you're probably not going to use the Fire Moth unless you are specifically skilled in using light mechs. Same with the Jenner. You're probably not going to use the Hunchback 2C. You're probably not going to use the Huntsman. So some of the mechs are already probably not ideal for the campaign. You're probably going to start with the Rifleman like I did, and then the Night Guyer and the Rifleman. But really, you're going to be using the Kodiak. So it also suffers from the same issue of, yes, there are some cool mechs, but they're not really ideal to use. Whereas if they transferred into MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, you could use the Fire Moth in Solaris, in Light Mech Solaris battles. You could use the Jenner 2C in Light Mech Solaris battles. You could use the you could use them in Beachheads. You could use the Huntsman and the what was the other one? The Hunchback 2C in Solaris medium weight battles. There are so many things you could use those for because the procedural generation of mercenaries allows you to do missions that are more specialized for light mechs, for medium mechs, heavy mechs, assault mechs, and so forth. But that critical link is just missing. And I think that's really what hamstrings the clan's experience. That's basically what I think real fast. Let me see what the chat's saying. Corpus says, I suppose that depends on how Flashstorm does, how well it does. Yeah, obviously if it does well, they might do another DLC. Jet Knight Gaming says, don't need to answer this, but what weight class mech is for the beginner manual? I think I'm working on it right now. I'm still working on it, the Shadowhawk. I haven't been able to produce as consistently due to the fact that my cat was terminally sick and I tried to save her, but I failed and she died. And then also, I'm still painting the house, so that's why I haven't streamed as much. There's just been too much real-life stuff that was interfering with me. Red Eric says, thanks for showing us the new DLC. Might go back to clans and try the weapon rebalances. That was also a very good idea, rebalancing the weapons. That was also increasing the repetitive nature of the game. Obviously, if you were a very good mech warrior, you could still use whatever weapon you wanted, but anyone who was just kind of an average skill mech warrior was probably feeling very boxed into using lasers just due to the sheer quantity of enemies you fight. You needed weapons that would just put the enemies in the dirt, and so most people were using laser weapons because they just got the job done most effectively. The weapon buffs definitely help out a lot. I think it was a good idea. Lasers are still very good. The lasers didn't get worse. The other weapons got better. I didn't try them all, but I definitely think they got better. Dara asks, do you have a standout mech for the DLC that I like? I really liked the Kodiak. I thought the Kodiak was a lot of fun. I also liked the Rifleman. I think the Rifleman 2C just looks really awesome. I just like the way it looks. I will count points off for the barrels not rotating, though. I did the 4 Ultra AC2 build. You know, what I wanted was, well, let me get my Discord up. I'll show you what I wanted. When I got the Rifleman 2C, I was like, this is what I wanted. I wanted this. This is what I was like. I want my rotating, repeating autocannons. I just want to like spray people down. Like that's what I wanted. But while the autocannons worked, the damage was decent, they did not spin. They have the multiple barrels on a Gatling system, but they didn't spin. And that really kills some of the immersion for me. That's something they could definitely patch. They could definitely fix that, but that did harm some of the immersion. I want the spinning barrels. I just want to like shoot the fuck out of things. But otherwise, it was pretty interesting. Jet Knight Gaming says, I wanted to try and guess what the mech would be by weight class. Yeah, but yeah, the Kodiak really impressed me. Honestly, the Night Guyer was a lot of fun. The Rifleman was a lot of fun. The Ebon Jaguar was a lot of fun. That said, you do kind of outgrow them, you know, just due to the inexorable increase in weight. But yeah, the Kodiak was really nice. It's not an Omni mech, so it's kind of annoying that you got to buy all the alternate variants, which is a bit of a pain. It still has the problem of the mech bay is rather, how do you say, clunky. You know, the mech bay is like, you know, it's not as, I don't like it as much as the MechWarrior 5 mech bay. I think the MechWarrior 5 mech bay is very intuitive. Just to show you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's say I got ammo in my legs. Let's say there was ammo here in my arm. I could just click and drag the ammo to my leg. But if I wanted to move the ammo there, like let's just put an ammo here. In order to move ammo there, I would have to remove it from here, then go to the leg, and then I'd have to add it here, like that. And like, that's just more clicking. It might not seem like a really big deal, but just the mech bay is already, customizing your mech is already kind of a meticulous thing to do. Every single thing that makes it a little bit more meticulous, I think is a problem. Just being able to click and drag your weapons over, I think that is such a beautiful thing to do. I really, really prefer the MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries mech bay. I think they made this one needlessly extra steps, needlessly complicated, but you know, what can you do? The standout moments for it, obviously, I would say the boss fights were pretty good. So one of the fights that was really funny was the battle on the ship. I thought the ship battle was really funny. It was funny because it was really wonky. It was really buggy, but it was buggy in a humorous way. I found a lot of humor in how buggy it was. The space battles in general, I enjoyed the space battles. I thought that was a pretty neat change of pace. They did a pretty good job of varying the terrain, making the areas seem a bit different. They didn't overuse boss fights too much. That's one thing I also like. I felt like they started doing the drop ships too frequently in the original campaign, which seemed a little bit, like, what are you, pressed for a budget, couldn't come up with more unique boss fights, had to reuse the Union dropship a few times. They did reuse the SoCal, but the thing is, the SoCal is so much easier than the dropship that I don't really count the SoCal as a boss. The SoCal is more of a sub-boss, but I don't think they reused any boss fights. You only fought one Talon, you fought one Caspian, you fought one Union, and that Union was unique because it was flying around. You're actually shooting it as it was flying. It was kind of interesting. But overall, the quality of the campaign was definitely an improvement in terms of the gameplay. Now, what about the story? I thought the story was not super interesting, mainly because the characters have the same problem. The clan characters are really boring. They have very little differences from each other. There's very little difference from, like, Lilith to, like, any of the characters, really. Oh, yeah, we're all by ourselves now. Jonathan was a bit different just because he was the new guy that everyone was beating up. And then Rick was a bit different just because he's suffering from, like, mental issues. But the other characters, they barely felt any different from me. I don't even remember their names. That's part of the problem there. I don't even remember their names. I only remember Jonathan because he's the new guy and Rick because he's got, like, the mental problems. The characters were very boring, though. They barely felt any different than Jaguar. Like, the Ghost Bear are supposed to be friendlier, but they're just as, like, snide and egotistical, in my opinion, to, like, the Jaguars. I didn't find them to be really any different. They didn't have Perez. Perez was standout for being, like, especially snide and douchebaggy, but that's actually kind of nice. It's nice that he stood out because he was at least different feeling, but I did not like any of the characters. I thought they all stank. I think they're all basically cyborg. Calling them a cyborg is kind of an insult. They're basically just like robots. They were basically like robots attempting to act like humans. Maybe that's accurate to the lore. I've never read any of the books featuring the clans. Maybe the clans just have no personality and no flavor. But yeah, I didn't give a shit about any of their struggles. I didn't care about any of their personalities. I didn't care about any of their hopes or dreams. So, like, I think the story stank. I thought that wasn't very good. It was just some missions. They really are not good at creating interesting characters, but like I said, maybe that's just how the clans are. Maybe the clans are just boring people. What's funny is they're very, very proud. Normally, I really like proud characters. Like, normally I'm attracted to characters that have, like, a lot of confidence and pride, but their confidence is so over the top that it's almost like just like foolish egotism. And then it's so funny to me when they're talking this smack about how superior they are, and then they're, like, running away. And it's like, but there's the cognitive dissonance in their mind is they just get done running away and getting their ass kicked, and then in the next debrief, these spheroid scum are so stupid. Imagine how weak and pathetic they are. I'm like, you were just, like, screaming, like, for, like, needing an evac in the last mission, and then in the next debriefing you act like nothing has happened. It's just like the self-awareness of the clan. I just don't like the clans. I think they're stupid. I don't like them. I think that they are, I like fighting against them. I think they're an interesting enemy to fight against, but I do not stand for the clans. I don't want to be a member of the clans. I don't want to fight alongside the clans. I want to fight against them. I want to, like, hear them squeal over how precious their bachals are. I want to use dishonorable tactics and, like, make them squirm. Like, I am not a clan enjoyer. Like, there's no other way to put it there. So I don't identify with them, and I don't care about their struggles. I think they have a really stupid society. That's my opinion on the clans. I also think okay, it sounds like I'm being a hater right now. Maybe I am being a hater. Permit me to be a hater. I just think they're really fucking lame. Like, Clan Ghost Bear, Clan Wolf, Jade, you sound like furries, basically. It's just like, that's all I can think of. You just sound like a bunch of furries. Like, you're the Kit Commander. I don't know. That just sounds like kind of like pedo-ish to me. It just sounds really weird. I think the clans are just really weird. I don't think they're cool. I think they're cringe. I just don't like them. I think their mechs are cool. I think their weapon systems are cool. I think they're an interesting enemy to fight against, but I much prefer being in the Draconis Combine. I much prefer being a Combine Samurai than like some kind of weirdo furry in the Clan Ghost Bear or in Smoke Jaguar. And I'm very much looking forwards to if Piranha Games makes the Inner Sphere response, where we get to fight against them. That's what I would be looking forwards to. But there we go. I'll switch hater mode off, because like I said, I am not a clan stan. Are there any other questions, though? Because I will answer any final questions, or if anybody wanted a quick review, a quick recap, I will do that. Because overall, I think that's what my opinion on the game is. Mechanically, I think the game was an improvement. Story-wise, I think it was just as bad as Smoke Jaguar. I don't think there was no problem with the voice acting. I think the voice actors were fine. I think the dialogue that they delivered was probably fine. It is very boring and dry. Like, they have no personality, but I didn't really have a problem with that per se, because I think the clans are just boring and dry. That could be the way it is. Someone who's more familiar with the books might be able to shed some insight there, but that was my take on it. Good mechanically, didn't care about the story, didn't care about the Ghost Bears. I think it was a better mechanical campaign than the Jaguar campaign. And, it just reinforces the idea that I would prefer to fight against them. Red Eric says, I'm not a fan of the clans either. When I played clans, I kind of just leaned into it. Yes, we're invading the Inner Sphere with our army like Kerensky would have wanted. That's why he left it. Yeah, I mean, I can, get into it, but at the same time, it's just they always, say something lame that just kind of takes me out of it. I'm like, oh, my God, you guys are so cringe. But, I think that wraps it up. So that's the playthrough. Will I do another playthrough? Probably not, mainly because I feel like, I think people got bored of my second playthrough of Smoke Jaguar, which is why I aborted that playthrough. I did not follow through it. The viewership really tanked off, which told me that, people are, we've seen it, we don't need to see a second playthrough. So I'm going to assume that will hold true for Ghost Bear as well. So I am not planning to do a second playthrough of Ghost Bear. And I will return to doing more MechWarrior 5 playthroughs, where we will be doing more of the mech explorations of the mechs you guys voted for until we have tried every single battle mech out, and I've found at least a serviceable build for each of them. That way, when you play MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, you can try any mech you like, regardless of whether you're told it's good or bad. I will find something that works for it with Lost Tech and without Lost Tech. That has been the big goal. I have more playthroughs planned for MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. I will use the weapons that I hate. Everyone knows I'm a PPC hater, so I will do a playthrough, the PPC playthrough. I will do the jump jets playthrough with, I will do, the electronic weapons playthrough, active probe, ECM, we gotta use mechs with those, just so that we can finally answer the question, is ECM good? Is active probe good? Is mask, supercharger, anti-missile system, jump jets? And I'll finally be able to say, is PPC good? I think PPC stinks, and I'll try not to use PPCX. PPCX is obviously amazing. I'll be using PPC and ER PPC. We'll finally be able to see, is PPC good or not? Because like I said, I think it stinks. I think it's one of the worst weapons, but and it's one of the only weapons that I avoid using in MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. But, people say that I'm wrong, so the best way to do that will be to do an entire playthrough of PPC. Then I'll have no choice but to use it. And, we'll see how it goes. Let me leave you with the schedule, though. The schedule. Oh, also, here's a link into the Discord. If you have any questions about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, go or clans, or if you want to just be a part of the community and play some games with me, because I do play with the community, there is a link into the Discord. Here is the stream schedule. So today's the 8th. This is the second day of Ghost Bear. These were to be determined streams, so these will not be streams because I already completed it. One thing I can say I will be doing on Twitch, not on YouTube. My YouTube channel is going to be dedicated to mech-based content. So MechWarrior, obviously, clans and mercenaries, but also Mecha Break when it comes out. The other games that do not follow the pattern of being mech-based will be played on my Twitch channel. On the 15th, I will be playing Doom: The Dark Ages on Twitch. So if you want to see me play that, I will be playing that there on the same day that it comes out. That is what's going on. This is your last chance to ask a question, and, you know, I also get a shout-out. I will read your name and your question. If there are no other questions, though, that is going to be the end, and I'll thank everybody for joining me where we became furries, Ghost Bear furries, and fought against the dragon. I guess it was like some scaly on furry action. It was furry on furry action. We fought the... No, I guess... What do you call birds? I'm not familiar enough about the subject, but it was like Ghost Bear versus birds. Then it was Ghost Bear versus Jaguar, so it was furry on furry action. And then it was like furry on scaly action once we got to the Combine. Max Thunder says, I wish the DLC was a little longer. Maybe 1 or 2 more missions, but I don't think it needed too much more than that. I think the issue is if you wanted more gameplay out of it, I think the answer is not that it needed more campaign missions. It needs a career mode so that you can enjoy procedurally generated battles with progression against, you know, semi-random enemies, because like I think that's really if you're feeling like, damn, I wish there was a little more action to it, I feel like that's what's missing from Mercenaries. Mercenaries gives you that unlimited replay value. That's why I've got over 1,000 hours in Mercenaries, and I've got like, I don't know, like probably like 40 hours in Clans. That's really the issue there. Anyways, we had a great turnout for the audience there. You know, we've had like consistently about 30 to 50 people, so very good that I did Clans Ghost Bear on time. That is the end of it, though, so thank you so much for being such a real audience. Hopefully you guys enjoyed Ghost Bear. For anyone just arriving, my quick final conclusion is that if you liked Clans, you'll like Ghost Bear. If you didn't like Clans, you will not like Ghost Bear, because Ghost Bear doesn't do enough to make it different from Clans. However, I did think the Ghost Bear campaign was definitely better than Jaguar campaign because of the unique boss fights, and I actually liked that it was shorter because it felt less repetitive. They added 8 new mechs. That's really good. Brings you up to 32 mechs. Still not enough. There should have been like 50 mechs or so, something closer to, if there even could be 50 mechs. I don't know how many mechs would be in the Clan Tumen, but the 8 mechs they added was definitely much needed. Some of the mechs are very fun. The Kodiak, very fun. The Night Geyer was fun. Ebon Jaguar and the Rifleman 2C were all a lot of fun to use. So, you know, definitely enjoyed that there. Max Thunder says they should have added the clan refits. Yeah, I think they could have added more of the 2C models. You know, Warhammer 2C, Marauder 2C. They should have just done more of those. Especially if you don't know much about the clans, like Dr. Sheriff Crab, this was his first experience with clans. He's much more familiar with Inner Sphere models. Bringing in those 2C models would have been more familiar. He would have been, oh, I know what a Warhammer is. So this is the clans version of the Warhammer. That's kind of cool. There's a clans version of the Marauder. That's kind of cool. And they're still different looking. Like the Rifleman 2C still looks very different than the standard Rifleman. Anyways, I think that's that. So this is the end of our playthrough for MechWarrior 5 Clans, the Ghost Bear Flash Storm. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I will get back to work on the Shadowhawk so that we can get more guides cranking out. I'm hoping to get a bit more consistent on it now that some of the crises that I was dealing with in real life are starting to wrap up, but, you know, we'll see. Till next time, though, Mech Bros, this is Commander Fox of Ronin Fox Armored Security, leaving the furry ways of the clans and returning back to the base Cretan Inner Sphere. I'm signing out, though. Time to dip out. Remember that you don't have to be good to get good. Deuces, everyone.